2023 wasn't a good year for the Carolina Panthers, but I'm trying to make 2024 a better one for myself. Get started on your resolutions with Factor so you're ready for the new year. Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery takes the stress out of meal planning and sets you up for success in the new year. Skip the grocery stores, prep work, and cooking fatigue. Instead, get chef-crafted, dietitian-approved meals delivered right to your door. With over 35 meals to choose from per week, including keto options, calorie smart, vegan plus veggie, and more, plus over 55 weekly add-ons, you'll have a ton of nutritious and flavorful options to kickstart your resolutions. Skip that overpriced takeout trap. Factor is cheaper and way more delicious than takeout. Get chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals delivered right to your door, and they're ready to heat and eat in just 2 minutes, which means more time for you. Head to factormeals.com/C350 and use the promo code C350 to get 50% off. That's code C350 at factormeals.com/C350 to get 50% off.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
In a world where Carolina Panthers fans have an insatiable thirst for Panthers news and opinions, only one podcast roars ferociously. It's the C3 Panthers Podcast.
Perfect. That's right. The Carolina Panthers are perfect. 3-0 in a 24-9 victory in week 3 over the Houston Texans. It was a non-blowout where I thought it didn't feel like a blowout, but it was a blowout. We beat their asses, but we got our asses beat in some other ways. You're listening to the C3 Panthers Podcast. My name's Tony Dunn. We want you to join the Panthers community. We're here every Tuesday night and after every game. The number is 252-228-5098. And tonight, Cody, I think this was a Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory. And so if for y'all that are trying to know what a Pyrrhic victory is, it's a victory where you win the battle, but you might have lost the war a little bit. Tonight, we won the game, but there was some damn injuries. There were some sacrifices that came with it. The Carolina Panthers win 24-9 over the Houston Texans, Cody. The last time we were 3-0, I think they went to the Super Bowl. I saw something, or NFC Championship or something like that.
Hey, Tony Dunn, it was not pretty, but a win is a win, and the Carolina Panthers are 3-0. It may have come at a high cost, but listen, the last 2 times that the Panthers have been to a Super Bowl, we started 3-0. We suffered some tough injuries, but dude, I'm proud of this football team, man. That was a gutsy performance. We started to come out kind of flat, but we course corrected. I really felt like Joe Brady called his best game as a Carolina Panther, even though there was some bad stuff out there. Overall, we're 3-0, man. I'm happy about it. But, Tony, we're joined by the best Panther fans in all of YouTube. I'm talking about Brad Mills, Kego Fort, The Real Zero Chill, Jake the Snake FSU, Ivan C., Sarah Taylor, Tim Estes, Tony Dunn, and nothing to it but to do it, brother. Let's roll.
I don't know if Sam Darnold was good, bad, or terrible tonight. Been trying to figure that out. CK, gosh, how did you feel about? Well, I won't say how did you feel about this game. Welcome back. We were just here. I was so confident. I was just so confident going this game. I thought we were going to smoke these mugs, and we sort of did in one way, but we didn't do it in another way.
Well, yeah, I think, listen, if you go into this game, there's a couple of things, right? This game could have been, I think if it didn't happen the way that it did in the first half, then I think we would have felt much better about this game, right? The first half just felt odd. We completely switched fortunes as compared to what we did the past 2 weeks, which is we started out very slow. We had one good drive, but outside of that, it was
out so slow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we started out asleep.
Yeah, but you put all of that.
DJ dropped a pass straight in his face. Oh.
Right. There was a lot of pieces that you could be upset about. But here's the thing. If you want to be glass half full type of guy, I think a lot of us are feeling the way we are right now because you saw JC Horn go down. You saw Christian McCaffrey go down. You saw all of this. But all in all,
when are you going to get to something that's happy?
All in all,
when are you going to get to something that's good right now?
We won by a pretty large margin for an NFL game. And on top of that, Christian McCaffrey has a strained hamstring. It's not like a completely torn, hamstring. He's still going to take some recovery. I'm sure he's probably going to be out for the Dallas game. And JC Horn didn't rupture his Achilles. Yes, he broke some bones in his feet, but he did not rupture an Achilles, which is a guaranteed season injury.
So do we know listen, I haven't been.
Yeah, Matt Rule confirmed it.
Yeah, they announced it.
So, damn, okay. Yeah. So what kind of timetable are we looking at then?
I mean, I'm assuming they're going to have to see a doctor, but
8 weeks. That's what I say. 6 to 8 weeks, bro. I've broken a bone. Like, I'm sorry, it don't just heal overnight.
Damn.
Well, especially feet. You got to keep in mind how unlucky we are with
especially feet.
Right. Yeah. How long it takes for. I mean, let's be honest. We have the worst luck with our biggest players having foot injuries. Yeah. With Greg Olsen to Cam Newton, now JC Horn.
Do we consider an ankle injury a foot injury? Because if that's the case, then we have a lot more.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I would say broken foot. Because I don't know.
It sounds like broken's foot, plural.
Yeah. Guys, the bones.
Yeah. Yeah. The number is 252-228-5098. That's 252-228-5098. Jump in to the C3 Panthers podcast community, the longest running Panthers podcast around. That includes the damn Carolina Panthers team. And tonight we got our brother, our pal in here, Nick Montiera. How are you, man? How are you? How are you? As
my
we
Friday Free Throw co-host right there, man, joining us on a post-game show. What's up, Nick?
What's up, Cody? What's up, guys? I'm happy that we came away with the W. It really should have been at least 30 or 31-9 because DJ had that touchdown. He was never down. They even commentated on it after the fact. But, man, I will say those refs did not do us any favors. And I feel like that made us get in our own heads in the first half. I mean, second half we came out, we did a lot better.
That's a good way. In our own heads. It did get in our heads to the fact that it just seemed like they continued, I won't say to make mistakes, is that every time I saw these penalty flags being thrown, the laundry out there, I mean, I could see how it could be if I was on the other team, but it really seemed ticky-tack a lot of times. And then you get that Dennis Daly non-fault start, Greg. We get called for a false start. Where were they? They were like on their 4 or something like that. I mean, or not on their 4. I don't remember it was, but it felt like a momentum point of the game where our offense was asleep and our defense was trying to wake up. They weren't dominant on their first possession or anything like that, but they were starting to wake up. We're going to pin these mugs back. We're on this. And then they call a false start on a guy who was sitting still.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, our defense doesn't know where to line up.
That was encroachment by all counts of the measure. Just to piggyback of what all of y'all have been kind of saying right here and summarize the game. Look, Cleveland beat them last week 21-31. Okay. That's only one more touchdown than we scored. And everybody says they did a great job. Cleveland really did well. Look, after Tyrod Taylor went out, Cleveland just ran away with the game. They beat them they scored one more touchdown and allowed 12 more points. So let's be realistic. The game didn't look pretty because there were no pretty big plays. It was a nasty trenches, 10-yard, 8-yard, 6-yard game. There was nothing pretty about this game. However, kind of what CK was saying there, if we'd have gone into halftime 14-0, 14-6, and the game would have ended the same way it did with the same score, we'd have felt better. We just didn't have a good first half. It felt really, really bad. It was tough to get through the first half, and this game was boring. Like I said, here's the part. We won, though. We won.
Listen, I gotta jump in. This game was it was a gutsy win, and it was on a short week. On a prime time game,
gutsy. We played like shit.
When is the last time that the Panthers football team has won by more than 2 touchdowns on a fucking primetime football
right.
game?
Oh, yeah.
Miss me with it.
Dude, the Panthers
think about it this way.
With a big time W, and you know what? We didn't play great. And listen, there's a bunch of things that we can criticize. But when this fucking team needed to respond and put their foot down and make a play, they did it.
And Sam
Darnold stood in the pocket and made all the throws necessary. We got Tommy Tremble involved in the passing attack in 2 tight end sets with Ian Thomas on the play also. Dude, the Panthers responded. It was not a beautiful win. And dude.
Oh, it was ugly, man. It was an ugly win.
Players, one on offense and one on defense, man. This is tough. But even in spite of the injuries, we came away with a big time fucking W. And I'm proud of this football team, man.
Yep.
Even though it didn't look good, of course, I'm proud of them.
Look, of course they're supposed to get a win right here. But Sam Darnold was struggling in that pocket. Multiple
early
fumbles, dude. Like fumbles.
Was
it like 3 times, dude? I'm sorry,
Tony. Don't put that juju on Sam Darnold. You know damn well that had
I know the offensive line.
You shouldn't say Sam struggled because Sam actually persevered in the face of that fucking adversity. If you want to look at it that way, look at it from this perspective, Tony. We went into the first. We left the first half up 7-6. What did we end at?
Thanks, Joey. Thanks, Joey Sly. Joey Sly. Joey Sly gave us our point back.
But yeah, I mean, think about that.
Joey Sly gave us our point back.
In the second half, without Christian McCaffrey, mind you, they were able to come and actually destroy this Houston Texans defense.
Destroy? Oh, stop.
Let's see what they're
talking with this. They did not destroy them. It was not until the fourth quarter that this team picked it up.
I will say
all right, maybe I'm all right. Like maybe it was the end of the third quarter, but do not tell me that this offense was just clicking.
They were
when we went into.
How many punts did they have in the second half?
That's lies.
How many punts did they have in the second half?
Let Tony finish. Go ahead.
I just think this is that we came out on the first drive flat. It looked terrible. We kind of get the defense did not look like dominant entirely to begin, right? But we knew they were going to be, and they were. Like they were getting after my man, but it took a little. Like I think the team came out a little sleepy, and I don't know if that's the right word. Like you can say whatever word it is flat, whatever the fuck it was. But don't give me this shit that Sam Darnold was fucking amazing. It was not until the fourth quarter that he started dealing. He got strip sacked multiple times.
Okay,
he looked a little wild.
Is this
he
fair?
looked a little. He looked a little. He looked a little wild, and I would say a lot of wilds going into. I was midway through the third quarter. I think things started to click.
You're wrong.
Well,
Tony, we didn't punt once
great.
In the second half.
Look good.
We didn't punt once in the second half. Our first possession of the second half was a touchdown.
So, CK, I think what Tony's talking about, and this is where I timestamped this game. As soon as Christian McCaffrey got hurt and then we had to depend on Chuba Hubbard to run the football, that's when the win kind of fell out of our sails. And that's why I'm saying that I'm proud of the football team, because you're both right. At the end of the football game, this Panthers team did respond, but Tony is also right in that as soon as Christian McCaffrey went down, the wind kind of fell out of our sails and we're just kind of coasting. Sam Darnold did have some problems holding on to the football, and they were beating his ass too. Taylor Moton got his ass beat a few times. Matt Paradis got bull rushed up the middle. Pass protection continues to remain a
horrendous.
On
the offensive
line
is a problem.
Absolutely.
The offensive line is a problem.
For sure.
At this point, they have been performing above kind of their station.
But
and
even
you have been sounding it off, and we've been talking about it. But tonight showed you this, is that it's inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
It's inadequate. Like, I mean, like there's nothing. They don't run block good. Well, they don't run block well. They don't pass block well. They do nothing well.
Well, look, can I just show you just to everybody how stats can be so deceiving to the way a game was? And the way I say this was a boring, ugly game, but it was a game that was won in the trenches. It was a game that we trucked through and we ended up winning, and I'm happy about that. And we won well. Look, we had 290 yards of total offense. They had 151, so we almost doubled their offense. But 151 yards of total offense for a team is pretty damn good to hold them to, you know?
I think we had that many yards and penalties.
Possibly. I know. Well, Darnold had 304 passing, but in total team yards we had 290. But here's the thing: Darnold played a better game, won the game. You know what the difference in rating was between Darnold and Davis Mills in this game?
Not much.
I was impressed with Davis Mills. I thought he did fantastic.
He did.
For what he had to
Darnold was
with.
a 95.7. Mills was a 95.5.
And that's only because he had the touchdown pass. If that didn't happen, if Sam Darnold,
I don't disagree with it. Sam Darnold was not fantastic.
But that's what I'm
tonight.
saying. We didn't play like offensively.
It was barely good.
Yeah, we played phenomenally on defense. I was telling you guys in the chat earlier, like, I can't believe I can look at this game on paper and see how bad we're beating the shit out of this team, and the score's 7-6.
The Carolina Panthers have yet to put on a complete performance on both offense and defense.
The whole game.
That is 100% fair to say.
Yeah,
the
100%.
Panthers are still waiting for that to happen.
But give them time.
True. But I also want to take a moment to pinpoint both Shaq Thompson and Dante Jackson. Those guys fly around the fucking football field, dude. And they're taking names. They're form tackling.
Open field tackles.
Dante Jackson saved like 4 different third down plays. I mean, just absolutely balling out there. And listen, how do you respond to adversity? After J.C. Horn went down, listen, that could be enough to really start to make you,
Stop. They
kind
didn't
of
even have a
what you
quarterback.
think
I
about
don't even want to
yourself.
hear it. We should have been
whatever.
able to beat them.
This Panthers defense did what they needed to do and smacked them in their fucking mouths. They didn't even get 10 points. We're still the best defense in the NFL.
Nick, what do you think? Was Sam Darnold? What do you think about Sam Darnold tonight?
Well,
after Christian McCaffrey goes out, tell me what you think about him.
I mean, the first 2 drives after Christian went out, we were struggling to find ourselves. You know, luckily enough, it was close enough to the half where we were able to adjust at the half. But I want to point out that a lot of the big plays that happened were actually taken away from us. That 35, 40-yard run that Sam Darnold had, that was taken away from us by a holding call.
Why? Yeah, what are these calls coming from?
And it was a bullshit call, by the way.
Yes, the most bullshit. We got so many bad flags.
That was the bullshit call. DJ was never down. Whenever he caught that ball, his knee was never down. So when he ran to go get that touchdown,
he was about to get a touchdown.
That was his. He still should have had that touchdown. They said that he was never even down. Whenever you heard the commentators talking about that, you know, that pass interference call, it was either our first or second drive. You know, how many calls were called on Brian Burns for not lining up in the right spot? Which I'm still not convinced he was in the wrong spot.
Well, one was on Derek Brown.
I looked at a couple of them. Yeah,
it was on Derek Brown, one of them. But how about that? What did you guys think? As Matt Rule responded to to a lot of these calls. I saw the fiery Matt Rule. He was pissed at how this team played, and so was I.
I love it. I love it, man.
They come out there. Was that pass interference?
Well, it was an uncatchable
when he
pass.
ran straight into it.
It was not pass interference.
No, like the one where
illegal.
It wasn't even close to him. The illegal contact. Yeah,
that should have probably been what
I
it
don't
was.
think so. But even if it was an uncatchable football.
Right.
If it's an uncatchable pass, it shouldn't be a penalty no matter what. So yeah, you're right, man. And dude, I'm proud of Matt Rule. I'm proud of this coaching staff. You know, I don't know if any of you all will give him credit. I certainly think Joe Brady deserves a lot of credit for a lot of big-time third down calls. Troy Aikman even made it a point to say that when they were using those double high shells, that there were vacancies in the middle of the field, and they had some well-timed slant routes to DJ Moore across the middle that capitalized and moved the football. And it's like,
how am I the person that's sad here?
We couldn't capitalize that.
Why are you sad, man?
Why are you?
Because our offensive line sucks, bro.
That's the biggest concern.
It's so bad.
Look,
tonight it turned into poo poo tonight. Tonight was poo poo line. It was a poo poo line, and I don't care about sacks. That's heroics out there by a person trying
3 sacks. Yeah,
14 pressures. Like every time, it just didn't. It was a terrible. We can't run block. We can't pass block. I thought we could pass block and we couldn't run block. And now Christian. And I told you guys, Christian McCaffrey made that line in the run block and look bad. It would already look bad, and he made it look better.
Yeah,
so now it looks putrid. Now we got Chuba Hubbard in there who can't catch shit. I thought it was Chuba Hubbard that ran that first down, and I said I tweeted out, I got a Chuba, and it's fun. It's a fun tweet. And then my friend sent me a message, and he said that's Royce Freeman, asshole.
Look, do you want to know something, Tony? Do you want to know something? Chuba Hubbard ran the ball 11 times for 52 yards, 4.7 average. That's more than Christian McCaffrey averaged for the game, 7 to 31.
That's more than Christian McCaffrey probably averaged all year.
I'm not saying Hubbard's better than McCaffrey. I'm just saying he didn't do bad. He had one bad drop pass.
He had a couple of bad drop passes. He had the one end zone, but there was also a screen pass out to the right.
Not every running back is a receiving back. He's
not great.
He's a running back, but I'm saying he didn't do bad. 11 for 52 is not bad.
He didn't do bad, but I do feel like that Christian McCaffrey was just getting ready to turn it on. You know, he struggled in the beginning, but then he was really starting to,
he's a
beast. Kick it into high gear.
I'll say this, and then I know people are wanting us to jump into the cat calls to hear their own opinions. But, dude, let me tell you, if this offense is completely dependent upon Christian McCaffrey, then we're dead on arrival anyway.
We're not.
Like, I'm sorry. If I don't care how big time of a running back
get out of here with that.
But if our offense is completely dependent on McCaffrey, then we were never going to have a chance to go very far.
If it's completely dependent on Christian McCaffrey, then the other players suck.
And Cody,
Cody,
it just means that your entire game plan is dependent upon a running back.
Cody. Last year, we didn't have McCaffrey, and we had 8 games we could have won at the end of the game, but we had a quarterback that couldn't do it. Now we have a quarterback that can do it. So our offense is not totally dependent on McCaffrey. We can still win close games.
Dude, DJ Moore had 100 yards in the first quarter. 100 yards.
Bro, here's the thing. All right, let's take this out of the equation. All right. To say that we are an offense completely predicated on CMC, you've got to look at what we did. We did not punt a single fucking time in the second half. We did not punt. Our offense figured a way. You know what happened? At the end of the first quarter, Christian McCaffrey went out of the game. What happened in the second quarter? We didn't adjust because we had a game plan that was really predicated on CMC. Guess what we've been wanting Joe Brady to do all season long up to this point, and that is adjust at halftime. And guess what they did? They adjusted at halftime, and they outscored the Houston Texans by a large margin. We want to say that they came out flat and that our offense looked sloppy. Our offense looked sloppy in one quarter, and that is the second quarter. Everything else, we were humming. We had, outside of the first drive of the game, that was a big issue. That was a pass interference call that was not called against DJ Moore that ended our drive with a 3-and-out. Outside of that, we had a touchdown drive, and we had a drive that ended on a fourth and inches because we have Chuba Hubbard in the backfield trying to push the ball instead of Royce Freeman, which I think was a big mistake. And then the second half was our only punts outside of that. Everything else was touchdown, field goal.
And real quick to add on to that, I wanted to highlight Kegelfort's comment. He says Brady's play calling seemed better after CMC went down. I think it forced him to be more creative in his play calling.
Ooh,
That's a great point too, man. And listen, like I said, I think this was one of Joe Brady's better called games as the Panthers offensive coordinator.
Why? Because we scored in the third quarter finally.
That was felt so
good. We got
good.
a touchdown and we got a field goal. We scored 10 points.
We dominated the second half, which
How
is
about
we haven't seen
threw
much.
the football to Tommy Tremble?
Yeah,
we've been wanting that, man.
Nice.
That was a fucking beautiful play, dude.
Can I be honest with you, real quick, CK? I think that what you were saying there about Brady being more creative in the second half, I don't think he's being more creative. I think it's Sam Darnold, to be truly honest with you. I think Sam Darnold doesn't have that safety valve of Christian McCaffrey every time because he looked like he was going through his progressions a little more whenever CMC wasn't there. Because I feel like he goes to his first his first look, and if it's not there, he dumps down immediately CMC. Which, if it works, I'm okay with that, But it looked like whenever CMC wasn't in there, he had to utilize more players, which is fine because it maybe makes more players better, shows what we can do. So
I want to. We'll do cat calls. I just want to say this because we were talking about Tommy Tremble. Is it just me? You know how we noticed there's a difference between Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater? It feels like you saw Tommy Tremble and he just looks different, right? He looks different than our other tight ends. He's got speed. He's got, clearly some sort of awareness. I feel like, why is he not playing more as a tight end in this offense? Like, I feel like he should be I
feel like they used him more tonight, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he was big time for us. And you're right. It's just a look of him right away.
Sure.
When you see Cam Newton, you're like, special. You see somebody, you're like, oh, that's an athlete. Tremble looks like he belongs on the NFL field. Period.
Yeah, I agree.
And he just went out there and scored touchdowns and did all this shit. It was tremendous. All right, you're listening to the C3 Panthers post-game show where the Carolina Panthers are now 3-0, folks. That's right. We beat the Houston Texans 24-9, and you can be a part of the conversation by calling in to the Cat Calls. The number is 252-228-5098. We want to know what you think about this win. Is this a win in our progress, our progression? Is it a Pyrrhic win because of the injuries? Was Sam Darnold fantastic? Or, which I know we all will say, this offensive line was atrocious. Worst night ever. Here we go. 252-228-5098.
So what are your thoughts on catcalling?
Yeah, it's pretty. You shouldn't do that to somebody.
And how did that make you feel?
Very uncomfortable.
So how do you think catcalling makes the person feel?
It feels good, like.
Who's that cat sitting in the back corner with his face buried in his nose? Who's that kid that can use one? Hey boys, how about that win?
Yo, I gotta tell you what, I am really excited for this team. This game, we did incredible in this game. I cannot explain and be under enthused about how good we played. There's three things that went against us, okay? 3 things. Offensive line play, penalties, which were absurd and fucking ridiculous by the refs. I mean, every one of those refs should be reported. It's absolutely ridiculous a game they called. And then the 3 were injuries. So O-line, referees, and injuries. Those were the 3 bad things out of tonight. There was nothing else. Everything about this offense, about this team, the way the defense responds and rises to the occasion says greatness. There is so much to be excited about, Panther fans. Darnold is getting better. The O-line, God, dude, if our O-line just had a couple more big pieces in order to limit those pressures on Darnold, we would be unstoppable. I am so excited for this team. That was a great win, despite Davis
Y'all
Mills
are too high on Darnold
having to
right now.
replace Tyrod Taylor. I'm sorry, I don't care who it was. That was still a really good game. Hubbard was feeling the bob, man. He was getting some good runs in there, replacing McCaffrey. I'm telling you what, man, there's a lot of potential here. The Panthers keep getting better bit by bit. And I'm telling you what, man, there's a lot to be excited about. I cannot wait for Dallas. That's going to be one hell of a game. Go Panthers.
Keep pounding. Love it,
That's
man.
on you.
Love it. Let me hey, real quick, to everyone who has donated in the super chats, we've had so many awesome chats go by. I'm sure I've missed a bunch. Thank you so much. Your support's always appreciated. Real quick, before we answer this call, CK, you know what time it is, my brother.
Carolina Panthers fans all over the world watching the C3 Panthers podcast react to this incredible game, taking the Carolina Panthers to 3-0, but have not hit that like button yet? Subscriber shame.
Subscriber shame. 135 people watching. 69 thumbs.
Shame
up.
on y'all. Shame.
Hey, I tell you what.
All it takes is a click, y'all. Seriously.
It is real nice. But yes, hit that like button. We definitely appreciate you all hanging out with us. And yeah, let's jump back into this, man. We all agree that our offensive line is not good. We seem to disagree on Sam Darnold's performance. I know Tony does, at least. A lot
it was
of people
bad, bro. It wasn't even good.
What do you mean
well,
bad?
Tony, let me ask you, what was bad about it? Let me ask you.
Yeah, go deeper on it.
95.5.
He knew his pocket sucked a D. All right, so how about
over
this?
300 yards passing, by the way.
Over 300 yards passing, 95.5 QBR.
He had 100 yards in the first quarter to DJ Moore, right? And we were looking all right then, but we weren't looking fantastic. Defense was not as locked as I wanted, locked in. This is before Christian McCaffrey goes down. It was the DJ Moore show. All right. So, yeah, like I'm feeling Sam Darnold on some of these things. Like, I mean, but here he did not throw the deep ball tonight, and it might not have been there. It might not have been there, but like there was a couple of times when you're like, all right, he's dropping back. Here it comes, and it didn't come. All right, so that's not a big deal. The thing is the turnovers and the dumb plays. Right, I'm sorry. It's just like it just comes down to like the turnovers are sort of dumb.
What
the
turnovers?
Strip sacks, those
weren't turnovers.
They're not turnovers because we recovered them.
I know,
but they were turnovers.
But you know
they
that
really
that's not
were.
on him. Like those
bullshit. It was on them.
Let me just say
it was on him. He was like he was getting strip sacked 2 or 3 times tonight. I'm twice. Is that like
twice?
A good team gets that ball, they recover that ball and put a touchdown up.
But okay, Tony, what was happening to him when he was quote unquote fumbling that football?
He was trying to pass.
Destroyed too,
and he was in the throwing motion.
I mean, we can make excuses, but I'm sorry, like that was
Tony,
it
how
happened.
many other quarterbacks are throwing for 300 lines behind this offensive line that you just said had a poo-poo performance? Like Sam Darnold made some big-time fucking third down throws to Terrace Marshall Jr. He made some throws to DJ Moore. Like, yeah, it wasn't his best game. We have yet to see that performance from Sam. That was like, oh, dude, this is the best fucking franchise quarterback the Panthers have ever had. No one's saying that we've seen that kind of performance. Right. But what we're saying is especially on that on that 3rd and 1 at the goal line, where everyone just had to sandwich Sam Darnold into the fucking end zone and that scrum. Like, dude, Sam Darnold showed a ton of heart tonight and made some big-time throws when it mattered. It wasn't perfect, but he damn sure wasn't terrible. Sure wasn't terrible.
Yeah, I'll agree with Cody on that one. I mean, he wasn't perfect by any means, but, a lot of it comes down to the O-line. That O-line just wasn't holding up whatsoever. And, I mean, how can the guy throw the football? How can the guy actually do his job if the O-line is not working the way that it's supposed to? On top of that, if you really think about it too, he didn't have the happy feet that he had with the Jets. Even though our O-line was terrible, he still looked halfway decent as a quarterback, especially one that a lot of people looked at as being broken by the Jets. So I'm okay with his performance tonight. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but I think a lot of the fault actually lies on the O-line, but we've been saying that for weeks.
Here's one other piece I think you need to also look at, because one of the things I made a poll about on Twitter was, do we see Sam Darnold? Now we have the opportunity to actually have a measuring stick of what Sam Darnold is in comparison to Teddy Bridgewater, right? Teddy Bridgewater didn't have Christian McCaffrey either, and he was not able to do anything. Like, he was not able to succeed in the red zone, right? He wasn't. You guys want to know the red zone stats this time? We were in the red zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay. One of those times we did not score at all was the fourth down call. That was a horrible decision, I think. One of the few times in the red zone I feel like Joe Brady didn't make a good call, having, Chuba Hubbard run, basically between the tackles. Wasn't able to get the first down. Everything else he had, other than that, there's 3 touchdowns and a field goal, right? Field goal, not great. But even with that, we already have a better efficiency in the red zone. We have a better third down efficiency. Sam Darnold actually closes out the game, and we weren't letting off the gas like we were used to doing. Listen, it is the Houston Texans, right? So you're going to take this with a grain of salt. But one of the things that I think, Tony, I think you'll be able to respect on this is, if we had lost this game, we're getting destroyed. But we won, so it doesn't fucking matter. We got the dub, and I think we can be happy about that.
Destroyed, but it doesn't matter. We won.
I guess my point is this: I just and I tweeted this out as soon as Christian McCaffrey. You guys messaged me and said Christian McCaffrey's not coming back, and I just said this is Sam Darnold's opportunity to make America love him, or something to that effect. And it was all right. I mean, it just wasn't like,
the media loves him right now.
I just wanted it to be us still dominating, and it just wasn't. I'm sorry, man. Like, we were playing an inferior team. We were playing an inferior team that we should have been beating up harder. I wanted Sam Darnold to make me believe. But I am still now on just this, is that I have been happy. He has exceeded my expectations. There you go. I'm not trying to down that. He has exceeded my expectations, but I'm not in love yet. Well, I'm flirting with him. I'm flirting. Like, I'm throwing some eyes on that side. But tonight, he had the chance. He had the chance to really get my, Chuba.
And that's what I want to ask is, like, so if he would have thrown for one more touchdown in the first half and we would have scored 31 points and ended up 31.
If he would have fumbled the fucking ball 3 times and looked like a dumbass.
Well, let me ask you though.
It was just a retarded look in those pressure situations that I was like, man, we know. I used to make fun of Eli for just going down. I used to make fun, but that would have been way better.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you real quick. When was the last time you think a Carolina Panthers quarterback threw for 300 yards back-to-back in back-to-back games?
Oh, that's a good question, Bad Daddy.
Probably
I'm actually very interested to hear the answer to that one.
It's actually a really good question. I want to find the answer one day. I've been looking for the last 10 years.
Shut up!
But can you remember it? That's all I'm saying. No, I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. How'd you like that build-up? That's really good, right?
Block, bro. What the fuck?
I'm trying.
So you guys were trying to make me feel bad about me not being high on Sam Darnold. You come and try to sweep the rug out from under me with this. Like, when's the last time somebody did this? And then we asked, when was it? And he goes, I don't know.
Find it.
It had to have been.
I don't want to hear
it. Had to have been Campbell.
The number is 252-228-5098. Obviously, it was Kyle Allen.
Yo, it's Mike from Texas.
Well, Mike,
are y'all ready to let down the confetti? The Panthers defense got the machete sharper than the knives of Freddy.
Oh, that's Mike Vella.
Are those vatos blown up through the lines and tacos. The blitzes are fast and heavy with Yito Gross Matos. We're energetic with Hassan Reddick. They're taking turns bringing the fire with the spider named Burns. Y'all gonna learn. So you better put some respect on our names. This is our show. We're making it rain so cold with ice in our veins that we're letting them feel our snow. The D is scary big, like what you see in porn. The secondary will leave you buried, just ask J.C. Horn. It's lights, camera, action. These thieves are a faction. It's Pick City whenever you see Dante Jackson. Quarterbacks are the target. Joe, hold the phone because we got the 7-0 and in with the foe representing the code for Charlotte. Superman Shaq and Batman Bruce are the heroes that he'll hit you hard quick. I'm the Mike Wrecker and Jeremy is the chin checker. Kid, let me tell you that you can't say my bars are not sick. I killed this cipher, spitting shit dirtier than a diaper. My lyrics are versatile like your boy, the King Swiper. That's it. It's over. Now, quit. Let's go, baby. We finna win today.
Mike Villa with the bars.
My man.
We have 154 people in the chat. If every one of you motherfuckers don't like that for Mike Villa dropping that freestyle, y'all, come on now.
Like, why? Like, why would you not even like that? We're sitting here as Panther fans, 3-0, excited, optimistic about our future. We got cats calling in like that, dropping just lyrics up on you. He hit it with a chin checker. I like that. He said, I'm the Mike Wrecker, and he's the Jeremy Chin Checker. I'm all like, you had me there, bro.
Yeah.
Great call, Mike
That
Villa,
was
man.
better than the Beastie Boys.
Oh man.
All right, next call. Next call.
Captain C3, this is your Tobaccoville brother, Daryl.
What's up,
What's up, Daryl?
First calling in the other
Get
night.
out of here with that nonsense, man.
Tonight, playing the Texans, pretty excited about that. I think, I don't think we're going to hang a big score on the Texans tonight, not because we can't, but I've kind of got a theory that I'm hoping pans out to be true. I think that if you're Joe Brady and you're sitting there at halftime these first two games,
this
and your
sounds
defense
like
is playing
right,
lights out,
sorry,
your
bro.
offense
Thanks
is
for the call, but we got to go to calls from and during and after the game. That was Daryl. I hate to cut him off, but we know what happened in this game, and we're divided right now. We're divided over what the tea leaves.
What's up, C3? Chef Jeff here.
Oh, Chef Jeff.
MIA for a little while. I've been working a lot of hours at work.
Man,
been watching the game. 2-minute warning for the first half, and my worst fears have been realized. Caffrey hurt his hamstring, and I worried about this ever since he got hurt last year. And we all know what happens to running backs when they get that first injury. I mean, it's most end up getting injured almost every single season thereafter. And I just hope it's just something like a hyperextended hamstring or something like that. Let's just hope and pray that he,
I feel like Chef Jeff
didn't do any real damage, and we can get him back on the field. Because I honestly, right now, I don't know if I trust Chuba Hubbard.
He's not that great.
I don't know. Dude. I guess we'll see. We'll see what he's made of tonight. But I don't know. I hope for the best, but I'm also a realist. We're probably still going to win this game. Hopefully, defense is playing outstanding. I mean, they are so fucking fast. Like, that's fastest defense I think I've seen since 2015 easily.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I'll probably call back at the end of the game. I'll be listening, guys. Keep pounding.
Chef Jeff, my boy, man, our brother.
They were holding Burns and Reddick almost the entire game, man.
Mm-hmm. They pretty much have no choice. And I did want to mention this too. Thomas Davis was on NFL Network a little bit earlier today before the game, And according to Thomas Davis, this is a more talented, better football team than the 2015 team.
Yeah.
And that was coming from Thomas Davis, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, take that for whatever you hold Thomas Davis's opinion to be. I tend to hold it in pretty high regard. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna freak out over our injuries because I think that right now our defense is playing well enough that it will give us enough time to get J.C. Horn back. We hopefully we have him for Dallas. They have a ton of wide receivers that they're going to use to try and spread out this defense. And Jeremy Horn is going to be very important in that. And again, see, like if Rule is saying Horn has broken bones in his foot, like, dude, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
But we even need to kind of ask ourselves, going forward, what is
Pyrrhic
the bigger
victory,
loss?
bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what a Pyrrhic victory, man. We lost. We won the game, but we didn't win the war. We won the battle. We didn't win the war.
Right.
I want to ask you this about the Christian McCaffrey injury. What do you think about this discussion about, Josh Klein came up here last week, last night, and we're talking about the usage. We were talking about the usage of Christian McCaffrey, and he was talking about he didn't have a problem, just like I don't. I want to feed him, but there were some couple of plays when the game was won, that he, and I thought that was a good point. But today, Christian McCaffrey gets injured. And there is a group of people, a contingent of poo-pooers on the internet. And the first thing they came out and said was the reason he injured his hamstring was because it was a short week. And all they do is give him 30 touches. What do you guys think? Did the Christian McCaffrey injury, are we culpable for giving him 30 touches in 2 games, each game?
I mean, honestly, I don't think so at his age, and with the fact that he wants to go out there and do that. Like, I mean, people are athletic, like very, very athletic, and I get you get 30 touches a game, but I just don't feel like if you're a guy that goes out there and you feel like you can do it, you're overworking yourself. People know their limits, and I get people can overwork themselves to a certain extent, but I just don't feel like I feel like if you're paying the guy and he's willing to do it and he's able and capable of doing it, then you work him, you do it.
Cody hates running backs. Tell me, did we snap his hamstring because we rely on him too much?
We didn't make him do that stutter stuff.
What we need to start doing is having a very honest conversation about whether or not Christian McCaffrey is injury prone.
I raised that question in the chat room. I raised that question in the chat room. That is a legitimate question. It really is.
And listen here, man. 2 things can be true at one time. Mm-hmm. I can believe that Christian McCaffrey is an incredible football player and the best running back in the NFL, and also admit that it's looking like he has a problem with injuries. He was hurt last year. Even against New Orleans, he had to go back to the locker room to work out a lower back or cramps, or it was something like that. Now he's dealing with the hamstring, man. And listen, I don't wish that on anyone, but at a certain point in time, we were asking ourselves, hey, is Luke Kuechly prone to concussions? And we were like, yeah, it turns out he kind of is, for as incredible as he is. And I'm hoping that Christian comes back better than ever before and fucking balls out like we all want him to. Right. But this is the reason why traditionally you don't pay running backs these fucking crazy ass contracts. Sorry,
it's a bad argument.
Always said
it's the worst point. I'm sorry.
Why is it a bad
DJ
point?
Moore?
Why am I still saying it then? I've been saying it for how
about
long?
this? Did anybody say DJ Moore got too many touches tonight?
It's not the same thing.
Yes, it's similar.
DJ Moore does not
that far apart. It's not like one person's doing ballet and the other person.
Tony, it is different. The running back position gets beat up way worse than a wide receiver does.
Why do you think there's so few good running backs in fantasy football and so many wide receivers that are good in fantasy football? Just saying, I hate to break down the
pass happy league.
Well, exactly, that's what I'm saying, and that works towards the position.
Because it's a. All right. I just
you got to think that C-Mac is solidly like half of our offense. I mean, he gets a vast majority of the touches. So I'm not ready to have that conversation yet. I would be more apt to have that conversation after he gets hurt the next time, just because of how everything went last season and how it seemed like we were ready to throw in the towel and try to get the best pick possible. I feel like we sat Christian for more than he needed to sit last season. And on top of that, too, he bulked up quite a bit in the offseason. It's not easy to move around that much muscle. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's in great shape. It is easy for him to move, but it takes a lot more energy to keep that guy going a full game now as compared to back when he was a little bit slimmer. So it might be that he just has a little bit too much muscle and he might need to cut back. He might need to cut back a little bit.
That's very true. Yeah.
I'm not a hygienist or anything like that, so I couldn't tell you, but that's just what I see from the outside looking in.
All right. Next call.
Well, guys. Chuck from Elizabeth City, a.k.a. Carolina Sports Guy.
What's up, Chuck?
What can I say? Our offensive line is pathetic. And the only thing that's keeping that line going is CMC being so potent. And now he's out. We don't have a running back that can take his place, guys. And the defense doesn't look,
he's right.
Well, it kind of look like they got some flaws now. We're in for a battle, guys.
Yeah, and maybe that lends to Cody's point about the Hart win here is, I don't know, man. We should have beat these guys 65-0. Next goal.
We still beat them pretty handily.
We should have.
We did. We did.
Typical primetime Panthers is showing up. And we lost McCaffrey. And what else? Obviously with Burris. Now J.C. Horn is down. Oh, and also get Bravion Roy out of the game because this is the third time that mug is lined up in the neutral zone.
What was up with all the penalties tonight?
We have to play like this against the Texans, really?
Thanks. Wait, I gotta get him his route. He'll do the route. Hold on, I do need to give him his due at the end.
Wow.
Look, I'm telling y'all.
What was up with the penalties?
Y'all are just prisoners of the moment. I'm telling y'all, prisoners of the moment. If two of those touchdowns, we just scored the same points, and two of those touchdowns would have been 60-yard passing touchdowns or a 60-yard rush, y'all would be psyched about this offense. We still ended up scoring the same thing. It was boring. That's why I said it was boring.
I'm the only one that's poo-pooing it.
I'm
the only one here that's doing it. You don't need to say y'all. You just need to say
I just mean.
But also, some of those calls were from earlier in the night before the game was even over.
True.
And by the way, again, like that I'll reiterate. That's why I'm proud of this performance, because we went up and then we crashed, so we lost wind out of our sails, and then we recovered. Mm-hmm. And listen, there was even some. I mean, how about that throw that Sam Darnold made that hit DJ Moore on the hand and would have been a beautiful pass?
It was dropping everything, man. DJ Moore caught 10 passes. DJ Moore caught 10 passes in the first quarter and dropped 4.
Yeah, and let me tell you something too. Sam Darnold can throw the ball on the run. He can throw the ball cross body. Yes. He can throw the ball different directions.
He can fumble the ball in the pocket too.
When he's getting tackled, I mean, come on now.
He gets tackled, of course.
But this is not fumbling the ball the way with the game on the line, Tony. Like, it hasn't lost us the game. Yes, it's a problem, but it hasn't lost us. It hasn't. Prove me wrong.
Just because we recovered it.
When have we lost?
We're lucky we recovered it. We're just lucky we recovered it, man. Like, I'm sorry, true. Man. Those two, like, he could have all of a sudden we could have been down 2 touchdowns. The way that
but we did.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna forgive him for this. Is that the offensive line sucked, but you've got to know, you got to feel that pressure, and you got to not turn the ball over. It don't matter if the offensive line sucks. He turned the ball over. And I know you say he didn't turn the ball, but once you fumble it, yes,
Tony,
we got it back. Sorry, it was too much to me. It was
Tony,
too much.
let's be honest. If Cam's in the same situation, are you saying the same thing?
Cam would have gotten away, homie.
Let's be real. No, let's just say Cam fumbles the ball. If Cam's in the same situation and fumbles the ball, are you saying the same thing? Or are you blaming on the O-line? I love you, man, and I love Cam, and I love Sam Darnold. But are you saying the same thing, really? If Cam does the exact same thing,
you got to make
you think
a play.
So?
Yeah,
I
think
okay.
I think
I mean, Tony, no one's saying that we like that the ball comes out of his hands. We're saying that it's not big enough of an issue to shit on him for it when it wasn't counted as a turnover.
He had a moment. He had a moment. Christian McCaffrey
Yeah.
went down. Christian McCaffrey goes down. We're playing a team that is marginally good. Right. I mean, look, as everybody thought they were going to be the worst team in the league to start the year, they surprised us. It turns out that they have more fight in them than anybody gave them credit for. But they got Davis Mills or Mills Davis. I don't know this dude's name. They got nobody there.
Sounds like a jazz.
I'm sorry. This was Sam Darnold's moment to just
and he did. He won by over two scores.
But Tony, you're trying to have it both ways too. You out of one side of your mouth are saying this offensive line is shit. It sucks. We had a poo performance. Yet we still put up over 20 points, over 23 points, and he had over 300 yards passing behind this offensive line. By the way, it's his second performance of over 300 passing yards. Dude, to be honest, it's kind of fucking hard to do better than what Sam Darnold is doing right now, man.
On top of that, he would have had over 50 rushing yards if it hadn't been for Pat Eflin.
Yeah.
And no McCaffrey, dude.
And his first game, he threw for 287. He almost threw for 300 his first game. So he almost has 300-yard passing games in his first 3 games with the Carolina Panthers.
All right.
He's not too bad.
He's the GOAT then. All right. Here's the next call. 252-228-5098.
Hey guys, I'm calling with about 25 seconds left in the second quarter. I just watched Davis Mills ass fuck our defense in less than a minute.
Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say fuck Thursday Night Football. Ended Luke Kuechly's career 5 years early. Tell me I'm wrong. All those fucking concussions was bullshit. That being said, I hope McCaffrey's okay, but oh my God, Joe Brady, he's not done terrible, but he does not have it in the red zone. The whole team just seems to panic. I think Sam can play well without McCaffrey out there. I'm not as worried as everybody else. I mean, we'll win this game, but oh my God, but Phil Snow, even though. Oh my God, that drive was horrible.
Wasn't he on the field last week?
Like that.
This week he's in the
off
box.
a timeout. Although I will say, Joey's final that extra point did make me feel so much better. That made me feel good. I thought Joey Charlton was good too, but he's honestly horrible. He hasn't had a good game this year. He got out punted by a kicker who's not even a punter, so that's pretty tough. But anyway, Phil Snow, everybody's worried about him leaving. I'm not too concerned about that. Honestly, why would you leave if you're Phil Snow? You've been with Matt Rule your whole career. You're in a great situation. You have a great crew. You have a rich owner that'll probably pay you anything to stay. And why would you take a head coaching with all the media bullshit? And you have to deal with all of the other stuff. He can just focus on defense. He's clearly a guy who loves defense. He loves scheming up plays for this defense. And I just don't see why you would want to leave. He's in a great situation, and he has a lot more freedom just to do what he wants. So tell me what y'all think. Love the show. Oh my fucking God, no! Oh my God! Fix the fucking offensive line. Oh my God, why would Joe Brady run it to the left earlier? Oh, we got the ball back again. We're getting blown the fuck up at every corner because fucking Taylor Moton can only do so much. He's having to block for 2 fucking people because John Miller sucks. I wish he'd fucking go back out of the game. Jesus Christ. Give Brady Christmas.
Yeah, he wished Cody
was better than this. At least Matt Paradis is falling on the ball.
This
but
phone
oh
call,
my God, we just look like fucking.
It's live in the moment.
This phone call is only furthering to prove
we
my
have
point.
cap space.
It's helping me. It's helping me.
No, it's not. It's helping
fix
Cody.
this mid-season if there's anything we can do. Thanks for the call.
So listen,
right,
but by his own admission, that was at the end of halftime, or it was right before halftime.
It was right at the end of the first half.
And everyone's feeling like, oh, the play call's sucking.
He
This
said the
offensive
defense
line is
stunk in that
sucking.
call.
The defense was sucking. And what did
were.
this team do? Even after losing potentially their best two players on offense and defense, they put together meaningful drives and put the ball in the fucking end zone. It wasn't pretty. No one's saying that it was. But, dude, we're fucking 3-0, man. We're 3-0. And we already have to start looking forward to the Cowboys because now we don't have J.C. Horn. And the real conversation that we all need to be having is what's a bigger loss for this Carolina Panthers team right now? Is it J.C. Horn or Christian McCaffrey? Because in my mind, I think it's J.C. Horn, man. Especially looking at what this defense is doing right now. Especially looking at what this defense is doing right now and knowing all the different, all the receivers that Dallas has. Dak Prescott has looked impressive. Like, it's not an ideal time to lose on J.C. Horn. Thank goodness. Hopefully we'll have A.J. Bouye coming back, who we expected to play tonight but didn't. They wanted to get him some extra time to rest up a pre-existing injury that he had. But, yeah, we need to really start wondering what's going to be a bigger loss to this football team, McCaffrey or J.C. Horn, because I saw this Panthers offense after McCaffrey went down. It hurt for a while. We had to figure shit out, but eventually we did, and we got Tommy Tremble involved. We got Terrace Marshall Jr. involved. DJ Moore got catches. Like, I agree with that comment that said it forced us to spread out our offense and start to spread the ball around. I think ultimately, and I know it sounds like I'm just shitting all over Christian. Dude, I love him. I think he's incredible. But what I'm saying is this might be a blessing in disguise not having Christian, because it's going to make Joe Brady and Sam Darnold open up this Panthers offense now that they don't have him anymore.
Question.
Wrong.
Is this the Kelvin Benjamin push for Sam Darnold?
No, I don't think it's anywhere near that.
Hold on.
I don't want to.
We went into 2015 with Kelvin Benjamin being our number one wide receiver. In his first year, he was
Better than Julio's.
He was doing a pretty good job as a wide receiver, right?
Better than Julio's,
he was having a really good training camp, right? And so the problem was,
we're better without the best player in football. Yeah. Ooh,
Well,
I heard that.
here's the question.
but we had no other wide receivers. The question
the best
was
player from the sideline.
the reason that I bring it up is because it forced Cam Newton to spread the ball out. Cam Newton was very, very commonly throwing the ball to one player and one player alone when he had a star receiver, and that was Kelvin Benjamin, Steve Smith, whatever it was. He was never really good about spreading the ball out until he was forced to in 2015. And then he was forced to get the ball out to all these different weapons. And all of a sudden, even though they weren't really good, like Cam Newton was elevating the team to a better position. We saw that tonight. We saw the balls going around. We saw Tommy Tremble getting involved. We saw Dan Arnold. We saw obviously DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson dropped him a bad pass, but he was able to catch another one for a first down. I mean, we saw everybody get involved that needed to get involved. That wasn't just Christian McCaffrey. When your entire offense is 40% one guy, that's a problem. And that is an issue not only just for our offense, but for Christian McCaffrey as well. I think we needed to address it. And I think him coming out isn't the worst thing in the world to have happen against the defense that is the Texans, right? In this type of a game. I wouldn't want that to happen in the middle of like a close game with the Dallas Cowboys, but at least we can kind of see what this offense can be in the event that, Christian McCaffrey isn't our only weapon.
Yeah, but if you look
maybe our defense will be better without J.C. Horn.
Good. Nick,
Or
did I say that our offense would be better without McCaffrey? I never said that.
No,
either.
no, you didn't.
You kind of did. You said a
No, I
blessing.
didn't. I never said that our offense was better without Christian
No, I'm
McCaffrey.
sorry. Like, I don't buy that. What did
That's
Matt
biased in
Rule?
disguise.
Have you guys seen Matt Rule pull that play sheet out? I think that was like what tonight. He had some sort of play sheet out. I don't think he's had that in the previous games. Am I wrong on that?
I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, I've seen him. I saw it in the New Orleans game.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he had the plastic thing where he was looking at?
Yeah.
I'd never seen him hold that before.
I was watching highlights of the Saints.
Can I
game
ask
this
you real
morning.
quick though, fellas? I think you can answer this question pretty easily. Like, would you rather have Hubbard replacing McCaffrey? Like, assume both of them are going to be out for
It's like the
6 weeks.
replacement.
6
Not
weeks.
who do we lose, but
do
who
you
was the
want Hubbard
replacement?
replacing McCaffrey or
Nah,
Bouye
good.
replacing Horn? Which do you feel more comfortable with?
Well, we don't know. We think Bouye is going to be great.
We
I
think
know
Hubbard
you don't
replacing
think that, we
McCaffrey
hope.
because we haven't seen Bouye yet.
Chuba is underwhelmed, bro. Sorry, he
Dude, 11 for
continues
52
to
is not
underwhelm. He
bad.
did not get that
11
fourth
for
down. What
52
was
is
it?
not
That
bad.
fourth, they give it to him on 4th and 1. He didn't get it.
Darnold should have taken that, man. Darnold should no, dude. He should do a quarterback sneak more often, man. Darnold should have taken that 4th and 1.
What do you guys think, Chuba? And look, I drafted him on my dynasty fantasy football team. Like, we got to draft people late in these late rounds that we think could be stars. I got Terrace Marshall Jr., who I think is going to be a star, but I picked up Chuba Hubbard in case Christian McCaffrey got hurt, and I need a running back right now. But I don't think he's that good, man.
Tony, if CMC doesn't play next week against Dallas,
He's not
Chuba
that
Hubbard will
good.
have 100 yards plus rushing.
Plus rushing. What's that mean?
He'll have at least 100 yards rushing next week
okay.
if CMC.
Hey, how
doesn't
about
play.
this? No one knew who fucking Mike Davis was
Tony
last
Pollard.
year.
Do
and
you
then
think
that guy
Chuba?
ran
All right.
for
Do you like what you
100
have
fucking
seen?
yards.
That's my question.
No.
Do
No, I
you
think
guys
about
like
this. How
what you
about
have
this?
seen from Chuba Hubbard?
How about
Just
this?
tell me that.
The answer
Yes.
is not for me.
Yes.
The answer is not simple enough to just be yes or no. I think he's shown some real deficiencies in catching the football and dropping routine passes. He's not a very good route runner, but I'm telling you, when the young man gets ahead of speed and starts to run, he can pick up some yards and bowl over some defenders. He's had some good runs. We can't pretend like it's been all bad.
Less than
all
or greater
negative
than
yardage.
Cameron Artis Payne? This is my question to everybody: is he better or worse than or equal to?
he's
Cameron
better.
Artis
Barely-
Payne? And the
he's
answer
better.
is
He's
less
better.
than. If you come with anything other than less than, I'm booing you off this.
Bro,
stage.
he's better, man.
barely
He's
seen
averaging
it.
4.7 yards a carry this season, man. He's better. Like, did Cameron Artis Payne ever average 4.7 a carry with over 25
He
carries?
averaged 4
With
touchdowns
over
a
25
game,
carries.
dude.
Okay,
The
were those
number is-
touchdowns 1 yard touchdowns or 2 yard touchdowns? Because those don't count.
No, go look up
I can score those.
his stats. He's a good player. Don't be shitting on
No,
him,
Cameron Artis
man.
Payne is a good player. I'll give you that. But Chuba Hubbard is
Give
not
my
bad. is all
man
I'm
a
saying.
cap.
He's not a
If he can't
bad
get
guy.
a hat. Give him a cap.
Hey, you need to relax on
252
Hubbard, man.
228. We got to keep going with the calls.
What's up, C3? Chef Jeff again. I couldn't wait till the end of the game to make this call. J.C. Horn carted off the fucking field. This is exactly why I fucking despise the format for Thursday Night Football.
Oh, I thought he was going to say our
Despise
show.
it.
Oh, my God. I'm going to cry.
More injuries. That your body can't recover. Football isn't basketball or baseball where you can just play a couple days later, play another game again. No, you need a full week of recovery.
This is why
I
we
think
need
it's time
two
for the
guys.
NFL to
We
change the
need
fucking
two
format
guys.
like they should have done in the very beginning and have Thursday night games only be played by teams coming off the bye. Oh,
And
so, and, you know, I'm sure the NFL, oh, you don't get to make no money. We'll have to wait a couple weeks till the bye week start. Yeah. So the fuck what? At least you're keeping your players healthy. This is fucking ridiculous. Every Thursday night game, every single Thursday night game, players get injured, out for season. And why do you think that is? It's obvious. They just fucking play on Sunday and then turn around 4 days later and got to play again. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm getting sick and tired of this shit. I hope he's okay, but didn't look too good. And just like McCaffrey with his hamstring, didn't look too good. And I guarantee you this never would have happened if this game were on Sunday. Instead of, you know, the Thursday following a Sunday game. But, you know, what the fuck ever. I guess it's something that we have to put up with. I'll be listening. Keep pounding.
my man, the number is 252-228-5098. You're listening to the CP Panthers podcast brought to you by CarolinaCatChronicles.com. The longest running Panthers podcast. We appreciate your support. Give us a thumbs up. retweet, like, tell a friend. It's kind of like that phone a friend moment and whatever that game is. Like you have one, the lifeline. Call a Panther fan and be like, yo, these cats hang out on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. and almost daily, it seems like at this point, and after every game. Greg, you said you had a point on that call, I believe.
I do. But you know what? I think I might have forgot.
He lost it. He lost it.
I think I lost it. Give me a second. I'll remember it.
No, the Thursday night and the buys, man. We need two buys.
Thursday night the buys. Yes, I know what it is. Let me ask you. Okay, a player, J.C. Horn, DJ Moore, or Christian McCaffrey. Anybody got CMC and Horn in this game got injured? Okay. CMC averages 30 reps a game. How many do you think he averages in a practice on Friday and Saturday or Thursday and Friday?
I don't think they do very much
when they don't have a Thursday game. I just want to know: does he go that hard, and does he average? Does he play? Does he do more than 30 plays on a practice on Thursday? Because if he does, the argument is kind of invalid. I'm not saying
I don't think they're full contact
the whole thing.
in practice.
It's not
No,
contact.
they're definitely not running him as hard in practice. Okay,
You still are, but it's the contact that
I'm
kills
not
him.
saying you're wrong. It's a question. Yeah. So y'all enlighten me on this. Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So listen, they're definitely not running him that hard. But last night, Josh Klein made that great point that at the end of the Saints game, when there's essentially nothing left to really play for, we've already won, and it's at the end of the game, and we're still running Christian McCaffrey out there into the dirt. Like those are literally the downs that you drafted Chuba Hubbard for.
Do you think CMC has a little Russell Westbrook in him?
No, I think, dude,
he wants the stats.
No, it has nothing to do. Well, I mean, I don't think it's anything to do with him. I think it's our coaches. And it happened with Ron Rivera. It's happening with these coaches too. He's such a weapon in what he represents on the football field that they just want to get him as many touches as possible. But you have to manage that load. You need him to win the game for you. And then when it's already won, hey, man, it's time to move on. We have the Texans coming up on Thursday. So, again, man, who knows how long we're going to be without Christian now. Unless any of you have heard something like definitive, we don't know how long this is going to be. And now we're going to be without him anyway. So it's like, it doesn't matter what we all want to think about Christian. Right now, we're going to be playing without him, just like we did for the majority of last season. So life moves on. We got to figure shit out and keep on moving.
All right, let's go to the next call. Check the private
What
chat.
it do, boys? It's your boy Mike. Calm down a little bit, a.k.a. Supreme Leader.
What's up, Mike?
What up, Mike? Man. Oh, excuse me. How are you boys doing on this fine Thursday night?
Mike, my team is 3-0, brother.
Doing, because our Panthers are 3-0.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
My
All
Panthers,
right.
your Panthers, our Panthers.
Okay. Well, let me get this out the way. The league better take notice because we ain't nobody's shitting towel anymore. Okay? All right? We're for real. Okay?
Definitely for real.
I can't get this off my mind. It just sucks. Christian McCaffrey, fucking hamstring. Hopefully, just give him a little break. He should be good. J.C. Horn, though. Oh, man, I just read that.
Dude, it's terrible, man.
Well, you guys probably already talked about it. Broken foot, maybe. Oof. Fucking sucks, man. Shit. Damn. I don't know where to go now. I know where to go. Straight down to motherfucking Dallas, right down the motherfucking road.
Yes, sir.
I have a question about that.
What really pissed me off, okay, tonight was Troy Aikman, like, oh, the Saints they were missing this many coaches and they were missing all these players. You know, I don't want to take anything away from the Panthers, blah, blah, blah. No, fuck that, Troy Aikman. You just saying that because we about to beat the fuck out of your team next week, motherfucker. Okay?
Yeah.
All
Get
these
him, Mike.
motherfuckers are
I love
professional
aggressive
football
Mike.
players. I don't care if they're backups, third string, fourth, fifth, eighth, 13th string. Okay? Stand up, motherfucking C3 Nation.
Let's
This is what we've been
go.
waiting for. Oh, my God. This is what the fuck we've been waiting for. Panther pride till I die. Keep fucking pounding.
Keep pounding, Mike. Supreme leader. Hey, real quick, I wanted to get you guys' take on this too. No,
Yes.
go ahead, Greg. Go ahead, Greg.
No,
If you
no,
had
no,
something-
no. You read it out.
Yeah,
I was
dude,
reacting to it. Yeah.
The Panthers improved to 3-0 for the first time since 2015. They've held their opponents to 573 total yards on the season. That's the fewest total yards allowed by any team in a 3-0 start since the 1992 Eagles, who had Reggie White. Yeah, that's right. No defense has done this since I was a 2-year-old bouncing baby boy. If that ain't special, dude, I don't know what you want, man. This defense is fucking purring, man. Dude, that's why the JC Horn thing sucks so bad, man. Because it's like that guy was such an important part of our team. But look, next man up, dude. Dante Jackson has been balling out. He can't do it by himself. But listen, man, this front seven has been aggressive. Morgan Fox continues to be very disruptive along the defensive line. Brian Burns got him a sack. Hassan Reddick got him a sack. Dude, this Panthers front seven is feasting, boys.
Yeah. Every podcast I listened to on football was talking about how the Panthers were so boring to watch, but they may have the best front seven in the league, and to watch out for this defense. Like, the power rankings do not pay credit to what the team is.
Yeah.
That they are a serious 2-0 team, because I was listening to them today before the game. And that everybody needs to watch out for the Panthers. They may be something to be reckoned with. And I'm telling you, boys, it's coming. It is fucking coming, man. I think the Panthers are really legit right now. I think we're not a Super Bowl team, but we're a legitimate contender.
Hey, let me pose this question to all of you, to whoever wants to jump in on this. Do you think, this would be our first time seeing Scott Fitterer mid-season, but is it possible that we potentially look to make a trade before the deadline and try and improve this offensive line some more to get sent? Because especially, we don't know how long we're looking at losing Christian McCaffrey. So, dude, why not do something to help out Sam Darnold have more time to spread around the football, and if it's going to be Chuba Hubbard or Royce Freeman or a tandem of both of them, that's just going to help you run the ball more too. So do you think that we're going to make any more moves to try and make this offensive line any better than it currently is?
I'd honestly be very disappointed if we haven't already been making phone calls. I feel like this is something that we should have been working on weeks ago, trying to get some sort of trade going. This has been an issue that we've known since the offseason. It's not a surprise that the O-line is terrible. And if the front office didn't see this beforehand, that kind of makes me question how good they are at judging offensive lineman talent, especially given the fact that Matt Rule, at one point, if I remember correctly, was an O-line coach.
It's malfeasance. This offensive line is malfeasance.
I'm being requested to say, whoop, whoop. Go Panthers.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Look, the offensive line is the problem. It's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I've been up here poo-pooing Sam Darnold tonight, and because I'm not going to just give him credit for everything. And, he's done some, he has exceeded expectations again, like I said. But this offensive line, through 2 weeks, I thought, man, they're not that awful. Tonight, they were horrendous. They're just horrendous, man. And so, what do? Do you, like you said, do you just try to make do? with what you got and get to 9 wins, 10 if you're hopeful, 11 if you're crazy? Or do you go for something bigger? But I don't know if one player makes a big. Does one player help us that much?
I agree. I don't think he does, to be honest with you. And like Jeff's saying in the chat room, Darnold's averaging 300 yards a game, y'all.
Hey.
Like while we talk about a better offensive line is, if you're getting the job done and you're averaging 300 yards a game, we went for years with Cam Newton when we knew we had a shit offensive line, saying
that's a Cam Newton fan for you. It just says, well, we're doing all right with this shit.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We went for years with that, and we're totally fine with that. We have a better offensive line now with a quarterback that can handle what we have. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm opposed to making moves to get a better player in the offensive line. I don't think one player fixes the problem, and I don't think you should break the bank or break the team to get said player.
CK, should we trade for Laramie Tunsil?
No.
Why?
Right?
The amount of money, I mean, the amount of capital, I mean, and you got to keep in mind, you know, are you prepared to offer up a first rounder for somebody who could very well be, you know?
No, not a first rounder. I was thinking like a fourth rounder.
Do you think they're going to ask for anything less than a first rounder?
Laramie Tunsil is worth a 4th round pick? They would tell you to put their stuff in your mouth.
Hell
bro.
yeah. Go
what? Dude,
right, a 3rd and a 4th.
No, dude,
way,
they're not
dude.
doing it for anything other than a 1.
But even so, did we just
left tackle?
Didn't we just beat the shit out of Laramie Tunsil?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like we beat him up and let's take him to our team. We'll nurse him back to health.
A guy we just beat the shit out of.
Seriously. I mean, listen, I would rather have Laramie Tunsil than Cameron Irving, no doubt.
Not for a first rounder, though.
Overall, yeah, and also keeping in mind, we don't have a 2nd round pick either. So we'd be giving up a 1st, and we wouldn't have a 2nd. We wouldn't be picking to the 3rd round. So
you asked the question, Cody. Yeah. Then you tell us: should we trade for a player or not?
Is there one out there? I don't think there is.
It's your question.
So the reason I bring it up is this: Penei Sewell has looked really good at left tackle for the Lions, and I'm not saying Penei Sewell. Taylor Decker has been a very good left tackle, and that's who was supposed to be their left tackle. But now Penei Sewell looks really good on that left side. He got Taylor Decker got injured. He's gonna come back. Maybe look to see what if maybe Taylor Decker would come here. Again, you're talking about having to give up an expensive draft pick, but considering what we're working with, if this defense is ready to go right now and we could make a legitimate push. I mean, I don't know. Why not do it and get a potential franchise left tackle in the trade? It's at least something to think about.
I would say do this. I would be all right with that trade. Do you think they would ask for a 1?
For a Taylor Decker, probably a 1 or a 2.
Yeah, 2.
Okay.
I don't think a 1. But either way, if
we don't even have a 2.
My question, I guess, real quick with that is, if we traded our 1, which right now being 3-0, you've got to expect that we're probably going to be on the back half of the drafting board, right? So we'd be giving up a later first round pick, given the current, trajectory of the Panthers and statistically speaking. But I think the only way that I would be okay if we made that trade is if we took their 2nd rounder, which would then be a problem because based on their trajectory is going to be a really high 2nd round pick. Essentially, we'd be moving back by maybe 15 spots, if that, to be able to take their, to take a left tackle that could be an answer moving forward. I'd be all right with that trade.
I like where your head's at, CK. I'm right there with you on that.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I think the only reason you make a trade like this, though, is if you're totally sold on Sam Darnold. I think that what is week 8 or 9 is the cutoff week for a trade deadline.
I don't know. Did they change it with the extended?
They may have. I'm not sure. Maybe by 1 week, but it's somewhere in that area. And I know that we said week 6 is the cutoff date for like when you determine if somebody's a real team or not. So like you kind of have a 3-week window there to decide if that's the move you want to make. I think if you feel like Sam Darnold is the real deal, if you feel like he's a franchise guy that can take you to the promised land, then you make that move after week 6. You know, just me personally, but you know, I'm no NFL GM. So
Tony, let's hit another call.
My boy Bill in the chat room.
Bill,
for your smoke detector safety first. Where there's smoke, there is fire, folks.
I think he's talking about my smoke detector. It keeps going off, but I changed the battery today, and it still keeps going off. I don't know what's going on.
What I'm saying is that where there is smoke, there is fire. No. And you know what? I cannot ever say Bill's last name right.
Bill Dautrieve.
Dautrieve.
That's how they pronounce it.
I still don't think I got it right. Next call.
What's going on, C3? Stacks Chillman here. Couple of things I want to say about this game as it almost ends, as Sam Darnold just did something that I feel like since Cam Newton couldn't do, is a quarterback sneak. So it's nice to see that go into the end zone, 2 rushing touchdowns, been composed except for those 2 fumbles, which one was his fault, but we'll move past that. Couple of things, Cam Irving got blown up today, but Tyler Moton got blown up too, so a little scary what's going on with the guards, and then up the middle gets blown up. So Cody, you're always right with that O-line. But just thinking, Sam Darnold did look good. 2 big injuries with JC with the broken foot and CMC. Hopefully he can come back next week. Was a little nervous at first,
Sam
but
didn't look good.
He looks like it could handle anything.
See?
Go Panthers.
Right.
3-0, baby.
He's coming back for some
Let's
more.
do it. Zach Shillman again, as I watch a fumble from the Texans right here. Calling again because I forgot to say a couple of things that I want to say. I don't know why. I always get worked up before I call in because I love the Panthers. But one quick thing is the defense is the best defense in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. Phil Snow, you're a god on the defense. Just getting better each week. I understand we went against a quarterback. Yeah. Whatever. Still crushed them all game long. One thing that I've been hearing from some of the callers, got some crybabies, G-baby, just saying you're crying every day. So, which kind of sad to call in and waste everyone's time listening to all those tears at the ground. But let's go Panthers 3-0. Thomas Davis said this is better than the 2015 team. Think that's a stretch because Cam is better than every single person on our offense by himself. But go Panthers 3-0, baby.
True. Questions I got for you is this: as I asked you about Matt Rule carrying that little placard around, I don't remember ever seeing it, Cody. So I need you to get me the visual evidence of him carrying that play card around. But I thought that Phil Snow was on the field last week, and this week he was in the booth.
I thought.
Was that because you're on the road? I just think.
Did you see him on the field?
I'm pretty sure I saw him on the field.
Yeah, last week. Last week I did. I think I saw him calling plays on the field.
I thought him and Brady always called from the booth.
I'm gonna see if I can pull it up right now.
I think the Panthers put some stuff up there. At least it felt like I saw that. Like I could be wrong. I'm just trying to find every detail that we're watching. This stupid play card that Matt Rule is. Somebody tweeted me this, and I thought this was a good point. Is like he's playing a bigger role in the special teams, and that's why he had it. And I like that perspective. Special teams have been poo-poo and doo-doo, but tonight they were all right.
Yeah, I mean they did good enough. They've certainly.
We're not talking about them, right?
Yeah,
we're not talking about them in a bad way, so that's good. The number is 252-228-5098. Be a part of the C3 Panthers podcast in our community. Check the show notes for the Discord chat. Like, subscribe. We're on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast. Let's go to the next call.
Paul Cass, how y'all doing? This is G.
What's up, G?
Hey, man, what a hell of a fucking game, man. First of all,
man.
I'm gonna end the question right now. Is DJ Moore our number 1 receiver? That motherfucker balled the hell out tonight.
He had 100 yards in the first quarter.
He got over 100 receiving yards. Beautiful, man. Christian McCaffrey went out with that hamstring. Hopefully he'll be back next week. J.C. Horn, he got hurt too. I was hearing, torn Achilles or something. I don't know, but hopefully that young man gets better. I don't give a damn what you say. What the media says, Sam Darnold is tough as fucking nails. The dude had 2 rushing touchdowns. The last time we seen some shit like that, Cam Newton was there. You know what I'm saying? Sam Darnold is the fucking truth.
and that motherfucker can throw the damn rock, man. And he can throw it deep. And another person that surprised me is Dan Trimble. And hey, Hubbard, the damn running back, you know, he missed that one easy ass touchdown. He doesn't have hands like that. He can work on that. But you know what? He played a pretty decent game too. Our defense, man, 4 sacks. Hey, I'm not complaining. It's 3-0, 3-0, baby. 3-0. Next up, it's a damn faggot ass fucking overrated Cowboys, man. Keep pounding, y'all. Keep pounding.
Keep
Man,
pounding,
beat
man.
this team
Keep
by
pounding
60 tonight.
I mean, sure, they could have would have, man. Hey, one hand shitting the other. See which one fills up first, man. Oh, look, man, I'm just happy with 3-0. Dude, I wanted to pinpoint this quote that Cam Irving gave at the press conference. Cam Irving was asked if they can keep winning without 22, and he said, "We're a football team. We're not the Carolina Christian McCaffreys."
Oh, wow.
That's a direct quote from Cam Irving.
And now
I
we're
like
making
that,
T-shirts that say Carolina Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, right. It's a perfect marketing opportunity.
I'm telling you right now, Christian or Sam Darnold, as much as you guys or some of us probably don't believe this, Sam Darnold's on track to be a comeback player of the year.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
I think Shaq Thompson has come back.
No, like I said, it don't matter, y'all. Dak Prescott's gonna win as long as they win 9 games.
Shaq would never get the. He would never. He's not going to be voted to the Pro Bowl.
I gotta apologize to Shaq Thompson.
A lot of us need
because 3 games. No, I mean, look, it's not. I mean, I'm. It's like a soft apology. Like I ain't really. It's not a mea culpa just yet.
Well, but even though not really, Tony, you really don't.
But 3 games. He's played 3 very good games.
To play to his contract.
Look, he has played better in the start of this season than maybe he's ever played.
That's what. I agree.
100%. And so it's not like our criticisms of Shaq Thompson at the time were unwarranted. I think we're all pretty fair in our criticisms. Like we don't say shit just to be flame baity or whatever. Like,
I just wanted him to be more. Wanted him to be more, and now he's starting to be.
He is starting to be more, but here's the difference between the comeback player being Shaq or being, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was considered the worst quarterback in the NFL at the beginning of this year and at the end of last year. I will be honest with you. Shaq Thompson has never been considered the worst linebacker in the NFL. He's never played up to his potential.
Comeback. I don't really think it's a true thing. He's going to be comeback.
I think Sam Darnold has.
It's in my heart.
I think Sam Darnold has a shot.
Shaq's about to win me back over right now. That's what I'm saying.
Based on 3 games and without really seeing the other competition on this, Sam Darnold is, in my opinion, and I know I'm a Panthers fan, so we're a little bit biased. He is head and shoulders above most anybody that I can think of to be that comeback player of the year. And like I said, it's we're looking at this game as a
Dak Prescott. Come on, man.
Exactly. I like but if Dak Prescott wins 9 games, he's going to win that award. Period. He's a Dallas Cowboys quarterback. That's all there is to it.
Listen, they don't give us awards anyway, man. They never give us the awards we deserve anyway, man. Jeremy Chin should have won defensive rookie of the year last year. So fuck them. If they're not going to give us our awards, whatever, we'll just get these W's, hold them in the air, and that's going to be what we fucking take home as a prize, man. If they don't give us these awards, fine. We don't need them, man. I'm telling you, if Jeremy Chin, after what he did last year, couldn't win defensive rookie of the year, dude, Shaq ain't winning a damn thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Shaq's really getting it. When I said that, I didn't mean he's really getting comeback. Like in my heart.
Sam is in your heart. Sam is potentially
he could win me back. Like he's close to making me.
Not
upset with him.
Same here. I've had a bunch.
We've all had a
bunch of criticism.
He's played very well through 3 games. He changed the number. I don't think the number had anything to do with it.
And can I say too, in the chat room they're talking about Brian Burns looking like a Pro Bowl player. He is looking like a Pro Bowl player, but however, he's not going to be a talked about player because he is the almost guy. He's the guy that almost gets there for the sack.
He's got 3 this year.
has 3 this
Three
year.
sacks.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
he's
yeah,
on
but
my
Reddick
fantasy
has
team.
He's on pace
like
for
4.5.
17
Yeah.
sacks.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of
Listen.
players that have a lot more than 3 right now. I'm just saying. I'm not talking shit about Brian
Oh,
Burns.
I want to know
Yeah,
But all I'm
this.
I'm
saying
on
is
that. I'm actually.
he's in every play, but he is not the guy who makes the play every play. He may be the reason it happens, but he won't be talked about because
I'll
of
He's
say
that.
like
this.
trying to
He's
tell
the
me
guy
it's like a
behind the
defensive
guy that
sack.
makes
How
the
many
I'll say
sacks
this.
did the Carolina Panthers have?
Brian,
through
hold
3
on.
games?
I don't have
That's
that
what I
in
need
front
to
of me.
I think
know.
14.
I want
Brian
our on
Burns.
pace tracker.
Brian
I
Burns.
think we're at 14.
Brian Burns continues to ball out, and he is on. I think he's on a really good pace, a pace that we wanted to see him on. I will say that there is some truth to what Greg is saying, that there's been so many near misses where Brian Burns could have had a sack, but just narrowly misses right at the very end. And if anything, I think that's the common trend I continue to see with this Carolina Panthers is, for as good as they have been, you can see all the areas where they can still clearly be better than they are. Brian Burns could get home a little bit more. Sam Darnold could have potentially another 100 yards tacked onto that total if he brings some of those passes
man,
down.
stop talking about my uncle.
Dude, they're getting progressively. One, don't steal my line.
better, yeah.
Number two, don't.
Oh, I steal it all the time. I say it all the time in my real life, bro. It's like in my real life, my non-podcast. I told my dad. Oh, I say it all the time, man. It's like, and I always give you credit. I give a tip of that. I say my boy always says, if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my uncle.
She'd be my uncle. Yeah, although by today's terms, who knows, man? Who knows what's acceptable anymore? But the final thing, and now pass to Greg. We're getting better, and we see all the ways in that we fuck up, and we could have more yards, and we can have even more sacks, and yet we're still winning football games. We're still.
How did we only have 4 sacks tonight?
Defense.
Well, it's still pretty good. 4 sacks is not
like
bad. If you get 4 sacks a game, it's not bad.
Like 20 times tonight.
We had 14 pressures, so we had 14 almost sacks. So
you got the ball away right at the right time.
Yeah, we definitely pressured the ball well. My only thing
that means we're on pace for 70. I had it pulled up. We're at 70. We're on pace for 79 sacks right now.
Record, so. Well, the only reason I know Brian Burns' stats like that, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking shit because he's playing really great. Even if you can't be the guy who makes the tackle, if you're the guy that causes him to change direction, that the other guy makes the tackle, that's just as important to me. He's my fantasy IDP. So I know all his stats when I go in and I'm like, man, he's playing really great, but not for fantasy. Like he's that guy, the reason they made this tackle, but it doesn't help me when he's not the guy that made the tackle, So, but Brian Burns is playing great. It's okay if he does it the rest of the year. I'm fine with that because he's causing havoc.
CK, shame some people. I don't know where these thumbs up are at, but I'm sure there's a lot. But we need some more. We need some subscribers. We need some bell notificationers. We need some people that check out the podcast on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever the hell you get your podcast at. We're all over the place. Facebook, Periscope. Shame these motherfuckers.
So far, 117 of you legends have hit the thumbs up. 3 of you assholes hit the thumbs down. Fuck you. Anyway, we need a few more of you guys to hit that thumbs up button, helping us grow. This is your subscriber shame.
Subscriber shame. Love it. Love it.
Yo, what's up, C3? It's none other than your friend. You know what I'm saying? The friendly family, Panther guy, Noble Black. I'm always in the building. I'm not always, online with you guys on YouTube when you live. I'm not, but I'm always watching that game. And I'm always tuning in, even if I'm catching you guys later. All I want to say is the Panthers are 3-0, and it's a prime time game. We got a ton of injuries, a ton of fuck ups. Things look ugly, of course, as usual. We won ugly on prime time when we won. Thank God we didn't lose by a blowout like we usually do on prime time. That's Thursday night. It cost us Cam Newton, thank goodness, Sam Donald built Chevy tough. I'm not going to say for
I
him.
like it.
Anyway, he go down out there, what I'm saying, rolled off on the car. Anyway, let's don't think ourselves. Let's just keep pounding and look forward to going forward. Keeping our fingers crossed next week or next Sunday or whatever. Take this little mini break that we got and keep the content coming and keep up with the news. And, hopefully they're going to give us the respect that we deserve because you guys know how they like to do us. Oh, my, Houston is horrible. Just like the last game, they blamed everything on James West. Anyway, Nova Black over and out. I love you guys. Keep pounding. Catch me in the chat.
Nova Black, love that.
Always, you know what? Is Nova always drives the heat, man.
Nova always brings a smile to my face every time he leaves a cat call, bro. That's the homie right there.
Like he not only is Matt insightful, he's a super fan too. And then I always think about this when I hear Nova's name is when he not called, like it was like but we video conferenced that draft pick.
Yeah,
he was at the Panthers Stadium. Like it was like the best shit ever.
It was because he was at the stadium. He's the one that let us know that the Panthers indeed drafted Brian Burns, man, defensive superstar for the Carolina Panthers.
And he was there. We live streamed it into the draft party. He was there. It was awesome.
So cool.
252-228-5098.
Hey guys, Joey. Again, I'm so glad we won. I mean, I
the realist. Welcome,
Texans,
man.
But then, my trap game predictions kind of seemed that they were coming true. The second quarter, that sucks about J.C. Horn and CM. Well, it happens.
Sucks. Yeah, it's fucking awful, bro.
That CMC's out, but it opened. I mean, that's something that we have to think about. We really have to think about this going forward. Is like resisting the temptation to overuse CMC.
No,
he's like training wheels. Honestly, he's training wheels on a bike.
Tell him, Joey.
And he's not going to be there all the time. I mean, he can get injured. It's football.
But you're right.
So we really need to think about how much we're using CMC. And I know he's the best player on the team, but
using him one less down a week doesn't
really
change.
Glad to see our young guys. Although I was kind of disappointed that some of the offensive linemen that Cody wanted didn't get to start. But hey, a win's a win. Doesn't matter if it's against the Houston Texans or the Buffalo Bills. But anyway,
Deontay Brown, sorry, obviously.
Wow.
Cody, are you just going to continue to say these people's names just and wish them into existence? My man didn't even get a hat, dude.
Dude, they don't listen to me, man. They only check the secret podcast sporadically, and
but
apparently
you don't have a ton of evidence either on. You don't have a. But you don't have a ton of evidence on the positive. You do. Here's the thing. We have a lot of evidence on the people that are playing right now. Like
that's my
bad
point.
evidence.
And my evidence is how much fucking worse could it be, dude? Or offensive interior. And I know I sound like a broken record. Offensive interior. But that's what the fuck it is, dude. Our two guards and our centers are not very dependable. And they're constantly getting blown up and getting pushed back. Dude, I am not a fan of Matt Paradis. I'm trying to give this dude a chance. Tony said that he was actually good last year. I don't believe it. Matt Paradis, I see him constantly getting his ass whooped. I'm not a fan, man. We have not gotten our bang for our buck out of Matt Paradis, in my humble opinion.
I'll say this, too. He recovered both of the fumbles, but I don't know that that's a good thing.
Right.
Because he was turned around seeing the ball hit the ground. Like, I feel like what you want to have happen is the majority of your linemen have no clue the fucking ball hit the ground. right?
Right.
Because
they're just beating motherfuckers up down the stairs.
Right. That's what you're hoping you see. He bailed out, our squad. He's bailed out Sam Darnold, but at the same time, like, should he have been the one to get that? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to blame him, but I also want to look back at the tape because I think that's going to be an important part of it.
I continue to say this is that this offensive line doesn't get beat; it gets beat up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like they're just getting blown past. I feel like people are knocking them down and like pushing them around, and we can't run block. I feel like the other guys turn out to be the stronger men.
Well, can I go back real quick to what Joey was saying with the call about CMC getting used too much? And I just want to ask one question to all of y'all and to all the fans out there, reply in the chat, whatever. I'm gonna spend $60,000 on a Tesla truck as soon as they, start producing them and make them out there. Dude, they're fucking amazing. They're fucking gorgeous. Hell yes, dude. They're fucking gorgeous.
Is that it?
Amazing.
60? You know
60
what?
for a base,
brand new Chevy costs 60.
A brand new Chevy costs
anyway,
60. Exactly. And they look fucking gorgeous. Look them up. Not the
Cybertruck or whatever.
What does this got to do with
actual
this
pickup
game?
Truck? Well, anyway, what I'm saying is, I'm gonna pay that for right. I'm gonna ride that motherfucker till the wheels fall off. Okay, we just paid Christian McCaffrey. All right, this is a business. I get that we want him to last, but he's going to last after he carries. We can make him a receiver, guys. Ride him till the wheels fall off. The game plan is to ride Christian McCaffrey as long as you can. If it's working, keep going. Then, if you need to adjust, when your car breaks down, you put it in the shop, then you get a rental. Okay? Then you start looking at a used car to replace what you've got. But until that starts to wear down, until it starts to break down, doesn't work, you keep riding that motherfucker.
Well,
if you paid for it, ride it. That's all I'm saying.
It would appear as though the wheels fall off after week 3.
Well, you're right, and we raised that question earlier about if it's.
I mean, isn't that around the same time he got hurt last year?
But we can't blame him having a hamstring injury over us using him too much. The hamstring injury.
I agree with that. He got an injury.
A stutter step that he chose to do that didn't produce anything. Because he did that 2 years ago, and everybody knows how to defend it now.
I don't think he did a stutter step. I think
he definitely did. Dude, I'll pull it up.
No,
I think that was him reacting to it being strange.
Yeah, I think his pulling his hammy made
go back and look 2 years ago when he was healthy, man. He did that 1,000,000 times.
I disagree. All right, next go.
C3, what up?
And not
Mike
that
Veazey
super
from Wisconsin.
disagree, but I thought the same thing
first
at
of all,
first grade.
3-0. Let's be happy for that. I know we had some tough injuries today. CMC. Don't know how long he's going to be gone. JC Horn, that looks fucking bad. God damn it. But you know what? I know the Texans suck dick or whatever, but, we showed some real adversity today. We fought through some shit. We made some second half adjustments. Fuck it, dude. The coaches did what they do.
Today.
The players did what they does, and Sam Darnold got the job done. Man, you know what? I'm still optimistic about this team. No doubt. And that's really all I got to say. 3-0. On to the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. Row, row, row.
Perfect. Look, that's a real listener. There. He dropped the perfect on it. Cody does. So you guys have been in the chat, have been on me for being Debbie Downer, for being this and that. And when I rolled into this game, I was like, smoke these fools. Like I hadn't felt this optimistic rolling into a game. I can't even remember when. Like I feel good about the team. Tonight, don't feel great about them. Don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, so I'll give you this, is that we need some wins that are grizzled and chiseled and, that test our mettle, that type of thing. The Dallas game, though, this makes this Dallas game important. Mm-hmm. And does the fact that we didn't play fantastic, now we have a mini bye going into, or do we play in Dallas? Is it in Dallas? I'm sure it is. We played 2 games at home. So we're going into Dallas, but we have an extra few days of rest. And we the team probably doesn't feel exceptional about themselves. I don't feel like they ain't buying into their own headlines. So did we kind of get a secret victory here by not sustaining injury, but not being as awesome as Tony wanted him to be? And now we got an extra couple, so it's like a reinvigoration, maybe.
But yeah, we have some time to get healthy. We have some time to look at the film and see the things that we're doing wrong. We know that pass protection is an issue, but we just gotta continue to build, man. No Super Bowl was ever won in the month of fucking September. It doesn't work that way. I mean, if so, there'd be a bunch of really good 6-0 football teams that
Steelers last year.
Yeah. Yep. So again, man, it's like all you can do is beat the team that's in front of you. Just like all these teams want to devalue what the Panthers are doing because the Saints were hurt, or it was the Jets, or the Texans fucking stink. Whatever, dude. We're playing the teams. We're beating the teams that we're supposed to beat. And right now we're 3-0, man. I think that we continue to get a little bit better each and every time we see the Panthers, incrementally so. We have to keep on building upon those performances. And I think the Panthers are doing that. Are we perfect? Fuck no. Far from it. But are the Panthers continuing to do good things and build off of the groundwork that they've laid? Mm-hmm. Yes, they have. And for that, I'm pretty fucking happy.
I agree.
All right, let's go to the next call.
Hey, good evening, Patrick Smith. First-time caller here in Jamestown, North Carolina.
Welcome.
Been listening to you guys for about a year.
Thank you.
Mixed thoughts about the game, very critical about the first half. But I will tell you something I've learned being a Panthers fan since the very beginning in 1995. Sometimes as Panthers fans, you can feel or see the writing on the wall. But I will tell you, this team proved me wrong tonight. I thought we were just going to let up and let them score. But we did it. They kept their foot on the gas. Don't pay attention to all the technical penalties and bullshit. Just, they came together as a team. One game at a time. Keep pounding, fellas.
That's your point, Cody.
Pounding.
That's your point, right? That's been your point tonight, I think.
Yeah, just continue to get better, man. It's not going to be perfect. But, hey, sometimes you got to get the scrap. Sometimes you have to take a good punch before you give one. So, hey, man, we're 3-0. It hasn't been pretty, but we're doing it.
If you're a Texans fan, I wouldn't say this. Is like I feel like David Coley is going to be – that team's better than they should be.
I agree.
Yeah. By the end of this week, there will be maybe 4 or 5 undefeated teams in the NFL, and we're going to be one of them. So let's be happy about that.
All right, let's go to the next call.
C3, Panther Nation.
Josh from Mass.
Good boy, Josh from Mass.
What up, Josh?
What a win. What resilience by both sides of the ball at different times, losing blue chip players and still just saying, we ain't dealing with it. We ain't fucking around. We're the Carolina motherfucking Panthers. We're here to win this motherfucking game.
Let's go.
So you can do anything you want. It don't matter. You can put us through adversity. You can have the refs in your back pocket for the entire first half of the game. It doesn't fucking matter.
That was terrible.
It don't matter. That said, hopefully C-Mac gets this nice long break between games. He can come back harder, better, faster, stronger. JC Horn, it sounds like he's got a broken foot. Hopefully this staff pushes him to just be like, yo, just get the surgery, get it fixed, get it done right.
Yeah.
We
ain't dealing with this shit.
Man, and y'all watching this post game, these Panthers fans right up against the barrier, right near where they're doing the interview with Darnold, and they're chanting, "Keep pounding, yo."
Love it.
What better way to send a message to the organization from Mr. Tepper, Top Cat himself? What better way? What better way to send the message that this phrase, this slogan, it's more than just a slogan. It's more than just a phrase. It's a way of life. And man, I can tell you personally, like myself off the field, it is a phrase that I use myself daily. I use it.
I agree.
On the regular
Mm-hmm.
for when life gets tough, for when work gets tough, for when anything gets tough. And it's just, I just need to find something inside to just keep pounding, keep going, keep moving, get hit and keep moving. Man, this team, this fucking team. And Sam Darnold, dude, tonight this man made a case for buying a jersey. I'm beside myself.
Yes.
Totally beside myself. I thought this was over, but man, they pulled it out. I'm out of time. Joshua Matt, keep pounding. Keep motherfucking pounding, Panther family. We here to stay.
Keep pounding.
Joshua Mass, man. That's a great mantra.
Josh. Yo, we love Josh. That's one of the all-time great Panther cat callers, man. C3 long-time family. Man, dude, we love us some Josh. He mentioned Sam Darnold potentially having to cop that Darnold jersey. How about this? Sam Darnold passing chart versus Texans. Darnold finished 9 of 11 for 198 yards on passes traveling, 10-plus air yards, completing 24.7 of passes over expected according to our completion probability model. That's a new career high for Sam Darnold. Keep in mind, even behind this terrible offensive line that doesn't give him a whole lot of time to throw the football, Sam Darnold is setting his own personal best records. And no, I'm not talking about throwing for one more measly touchdown in the season a la Teddy Bridgewater. I'm talking about Sam Darnold is on the track to rejuvenating his entire career, man. And a lot of it isn't even all the bad stuff really isn't even on him. A lot of it is the offensive line and just a lot of dumb mistakes. But Sam has been continuously moving forward, getting better each time we see him. Another 300-plus yard performance. Hey, man, sometimes it's not pretty, but damn it, Sam's doing the job, man. He's doing his damn thing, doing the job. Before I pass the mic, I didn't want to forget this. Robert Flores said way earlier in the chat that he's going to be a new papa. So congratulations to you, Robert.
Hey.
Congrats,
That's
man.
a big time
Keep
deal,
pounding,
bro.
man.
Yeah, obviously it did.
Yeah, obviously
you know?
he did. That's right. He kept pounding.
Let's go to the next call, then.
Real quick, Tony, before you do, I actually want to plug Josh's podcast. He started up his own podcast, the Third Down Podcast, and he has 2 of his buddies. One's a Bears fan, and one is a Steelers fan, and they talk about football all around the league. It's pretty good. You guys should tune in.
Yeah,
definitely give it
wonderful,
a listen.
man. You better support. That's what we do. We tell one person, one share, one like. That's how we grow together. It's a conversation that we have about football, and as fans, let's go to the next call. See what this fan has to say.
Okay, let me just also say that anybody still doubting Sam Darnold needs to sit the fuck down, okay? I tell C3 Nation to stand the fuck up. You motherfuckers need to sit the fuck down, okay? Regardless of the fumbles and any other turnover he's made. He is not losing us any games, okay? Our defense is keeping us in it, all right? They're legit. Motherfuckers better watch out, okay?
He's been good, not great.
Is not losing us any games, and that's all we ask for. Okay,
Yep.
Bridgewater last season. Let's see, 0-8 in game tying or game winning drives. All right, okay. He couldn't win it for us. Okay, all right, but we're better this year, and he's not fucking it up. Okay, he's not putting sugar on the top of the cake like he should be, but he's not fucking it up. All right, it's not exploding in the oven. All right.
What?
So,
oh, it's not explode. All right, I got that. It took me a second.
Keep down, boys.
All right. Next call.
Yeah, I called it enough time. I just got one more thing to say because I forgot. It was even before before the catch. Like y'all talk major shit about Erickson, but our punt returner for fucking
It's
I don't
just
know.
me.
I feel
Not
like anybody
y'all,
who
it's
watches
just
this show
me.
probably knows the Panthers well enough, probably knows the punt returner, but whatever. Fucking Erickson, I like him. Because every time the ball goes back, I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna catch it. Like I know I
That's
didn't jinx
good.
it, but like every time he goes, like every time it's punted, like maybe we're not gonna get a huge return, but if our offense plays well enough, we don't need a huge return. We just need a guy who's not gonna mess up. And honestly, every time the ball touches his hands, I feel like he's gonna catch the ball, and I've never like had a worry. And like really, what else can you ask for if you're partner? I mean, better than fucking Brenton Burson. I mean, maybe.
That's what I was
Maybe
gonna
he
say.
wasn't
You got
as bad. He was
PTSD.
terrible. No, he was terrible. He was just as bad as I remember that fucking Cardinals game. But that's not the point. I like Erickson. That's the
No, Erickson is yes, he catches the ball so far, but you have PTSD still from Philly Brown and what was that Barson, dude? That's PTSD. We're all like the fact that you catch the punt is a good thing. Come on, let's go to the next call.
Hey, this is Kevin from Charleston. I'm being honest with you, I'm drunk in the bar right now, but
Yeah, me too.
I'm
not at the bar
I'm gonna give
anymore.
you
But I
the
am
goods
drunk.
right now. All right, I can give you all the bullshit, all the negative. I'm not gonna be negative. You know why? 'Cause I'm fucking drunk, and
We're 3-0.
You stole $500 from me. Not gonna get into that, but I'm just gonna say, Chuba Hubbard and Presto walk out of me. He dropped some passes. I don't give a fuck. He ran that motherfucking ball. Sam Darnold? What? Danny Jones?
Someone's
Danny
singing
Jones,
in the
you know
bathroom.
I know,
Sam
at like a strip
Darnold.
club.
That's all I gotta say. Sam motherfucking Darnold.
Sam motherfucking Darn.
He likes Sam Darnold more than I do. That's for sure.
Tony, you're the only one.
Yeah, you're the only one. I think
I
out of
don't
Panther Nation at this
dislike
point.
him, man. I just really feel like tonight was an opportunity for him,
and he capitalized.
To prove all. He did not.
He just didn't have the touchdown passes, but you got to look at the plays that he was making, dude.
Nah, it was all about that second quarter, man. Was not. I mean, we weren't.
That second quarter was tough. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I felt like our defense gave him the ability to make this not bad.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like our defense continually put him in a position to, no matter what, that it was gonna work, right? Like, so here's the thing: is like we could have won 10-9 tonight, and it would have been all about our defense. Our defense wasn't even the best I thought it would be.
It wasn't.
But our defense gives our offense a lot of leeway.
Well, realistically though, okay, we had a bad second quarter, but haven't we had a bad third quarter the first two games?
Yes, we've had a bad third quarter.
You're just trading that, right? I mean, so realistically, it's the same game. We were insanely happy last game. We only put up 4 more points. I mean, it just seems like I just don't see the.
We should have beat this
2 games.
Do you think we beat this team as handedly as we should have?
Yes, we beat them by 15 points.
In the end, yes. Like I said,
yes.
The problem was we didn't have big splashy plays. It was just in the
But
dirt.
also,
football
Tony,
game.
and
Tony,
any
you-
big splashy plays we had were taken away by penalties.
Right.
And Tony, you're also not giving enough credit on what it means for this team to have to pivot away from Christian McCaffrey. We have already noted that Christian McCaffrey is a pivotal part of everything that we do on offense. So, yeah, as soon as McCaffrey goes down, the wind comes out of our sails. And the Panthers start to look a little bit flat because
I
now we're
wanted
not
Darnold
Christian
to throw the
McCaffrey
dick out,
defending.
though. I wanted him to be like this. It's okay. I got this, and he.
How could he do that? He had less than a second to
He
throw the
just
ball every
fumbled
time.
it, man. He would fumble it, man.
Over 300 passing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Come on, man. Like, what else can we do?
Next call.
Hey, this is Kevin from Charleston. I'll be honest with you, I'm drunk in the bar right now, but
Same call. Next call.
Hey, you know who the fuck this is. Sam Darnold being motherfucking Sam. Little dick fucking Darnold, man.
Oh,
Cody Rack,
I'm with
yesterday
G-Baby.
you told me to
Everyone's
sit down,
calling you
shut the
G-Baby
fuck up,
in the chat.
and drink a fucking Coke. So since you're already fucking sitting down, I need you to fucking roll a blunt and shut the fuck up and be fucking humble, bruh. Be fucking
I'm
humble,
be
bruh.
humble. My team is 3-0.
You guys fucking
I've never
keep
been
pounding, man.
humbled.
Disappointing,
In
man.
my life, I've never
T-Mac's
been humbled,
injury,
G-Baby.
J.C. Horn's injury.
I'm with
You
G
won't be
Baby
the
on
one.
Tony,
you
just
have
call it how it
taken a
is, bro.
complete turn
Call it how it
from
is. We're damn
Sunday.
near done, dude.
What happened, dude?
Sunday
Sunday
T-Mac's
you
gonna be
were
out for at least
amped.
a month and a half.
I'm not
Hamstring. We know how tricky those are. J.C. Horn, broken fucking foot. Let's pray to God it's not a list sprain, because if it is, he's done for the fucking year. This is bullshit,
Matt Rule already
man.
said that he doesn't think it's a list break.
Fucking unbelievable. That's why I said calm the fuck down. All that hype for what? For what?
A 3-0
Calm the
squad.
fuck down. Sam fucking Darnold. Like, god damn it, man. This is who's gonna take us to the fucking promised land, right?
Bro, I don't know
Humble
what y'all
Ruski,
mugs
right?
expecting, man.
Missing fucking
really.
plays. Missing Dan Arnold with a seam route down the fucking field for a fucking touchdown, bro, in the first quarter.
Dude, don't talk about
Like, how do you miss that shit?
75% complete percentage and you're 300 yards. Don't talk
Fucking,
about missing
my
passes. I'm
God,
sorry.
man. I'm
Like,
so
get out of
sick
here.
of
I'm
this
with G
Everybody
fucking
misses
team.
passes.
That
You're
fucking roll, dude.
75%. No,
Fucking
get
sick of that
We're
con artist, that
holding
motherfucker.
negative plays under a microscope,
Right.
and then saying that those are the biggest problems with the
Don't
team
be
right
don't be
now.
Skip Bayless. Please don't be Skip Bayless.
Yeah,
G.
but
Come on. Don't be Skip Bayless,
what about
please.
all the really good? Like, are y'all really gonna pretend like Sam Darnold also didn't sit back?
Oh
and
yeah,
make a
he's the
bunch of
goat,
really
man.
good
Come on,
throws
just tell me
tonight?
how he's the goat.
Oh,
No, that's the
come
problem.
on.
That's the problem.
I'm with
You
G-Baby.
think that we're
G-Baby's
putting him on a
right on
pedestal and saying
this.
he's the GOAT? We're
All
not
right.
saying that. All we're saying is he's not doing bad. He's serviceable.
So, Tony, you're ready to move on from
you're
Sam
taking
Darnold?
it to GOAT. You know,
No,
we're not taking it
move
to GOAT. I'm
on.
not
I
saying
just
that.
don't want his
G-Baby's
ass
ready to move on from
fumble
him.
it, man.
G-
I don't
so
want
if you're
him to
with
look
G-Baby,
stupid
you're
at those
putting-
points. Those fumbles look dumb, man.
They did not. He had no idea the defenders were coming. You got to
And they
get
never recovered the ball.
He was literally
Let
in
me
his
pull him up. Let me
throwing
pull him up.
motion.
Hold on.
He was in
They
his
never
throwing
recovered
motion.
the ball.
And then they like it wasn't even a like listen, I get like if it was a turnover and at that point in time you get a little bit more frustrated, but at the same time, he was in his throwing motion. You know how many times let's go back. You love Cam Newton. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, bro.
No, we don't need to rehash old bullshit.
He's
dude.
not
You
wrong.
love
We
Cam
don't
Newton.
need to
He's
rehash
not
old bullshit.
wrong. He's
No,
not wrong. We are
no.
playing
Let
a
listen.
biased card here.
Let
Yes.
Tony wallow in his misery with G-Baby if he fucking wants to. Let him have his own pity party, dude. Meanwhile, we're fucking 3-0. Dude, we're fucking rolling. I'm having a good ass fucking time. Hit the fucking like button. Tony, let's hit another call, dude.
This is G-Baby again. Sorry I had to go at Cody Rock for a little bit. But dude, he needs to throw the fucking towel in on this fucking Sam Darnold talk. Because it's the same fucking Sam Darnold shit. And I want to talk about Joe Brady's vanilla-ass fucking offense. I'm done
Here we
with
go.
this vanilla-ass fucking offense. Predictable, vanilla-ass offense. We're too fucking predictable. As soon as fucking Christian McCaffrey went out, what did Sam fucking Darnold do? His dick fucking shriveled up on a cold winter day in Antarctica, bro.
We were right before the half.
He said a cold.
I don't want that shit.
Y'all is so
Bullshit.
emotional, bro.
Tony, get out these motherfuckers for me tonight, G. I'm out.
Look, he said, look, G baby, he likes me now. He used to hate me. Now he likes me. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Salutations, C3 Podcast. This is Tree Fitty.
Tree Fitty, what's up?
So I'm going to get to the nitty gritty. Get the positives out of the way first. But 3-0, good shit. You won the game, good shit.
Yep.
All right, now that's out the way. Running back to spell Christian McCaffrey. Us as Panthers fans, we've had in our history to have, we featured dual backs, whether it was Deshaun Foster, Stephen Davis, fucking D'Angelo Williams, and Jonathan Stewart. It's been in our history. So the fact that the offense was 70-80% Christian McCaffrey, it was only a matter of time before he got hurt again.
I thought he was
I
going
mean,
to say
shit, he hurt his shoulder, he hurt his thigh, working out at home. So it was only a matter of time. But hey, he'll be out maybe a couple weeks. We'll get him back. J.C. Horn, that shit was fucking sad. He got, broken foot without, essentially anybody touching him. That's just sad. Get well soon, please. But we got AJ Bouye, coming back, so we shouldn't, drop too bad.
True.
But
true.
Yeah, Sam Darnold, breath of fresh air, man. This guy. Really, nothing bothers this guy, man. He just goes off. He, gets strip sacked a couple times, and he doesn't miss a fucking step. He still performs pretty high, in my opinion, and he's only going up from now. His stock is still going up. I mean, O-line, it is what it is. But without Chris McCaffrey, our weakest position is now running back. Royce Freeman, hopefully you can get up to speed and, tote the rock a couple times. Chuba Hubbard, 11 carries, 52 yards, not bad. It was at at least a 4.5, 4.7, I think that shit was average. That's good. That's a first down back, so hopefully you can keep that going. Defense kept us alive for what it's worth.
Oh, yeah.
Defense is orgasmic. I love it. No CMC. Oh boy, this is why I can't watch Cam highlights anymore. We should not be depending on one player to run this team. It's idiotic. It's fucking asinine.
We're not. DJ Moore had 100 yards.
It is what it is.
We're not.
We're relying on DJ Moore too much. Did anybody say DJ Moore getting too many touches? Did anybody say that?
You cannot compare DJ Moore to Christian McCaffrey. You just can't fucking do it. You can't do it. Like, Christian McCaffrey is running the ball. He's receiving the ball. He's having the pass block. DJ Moore doesn't do all of those different things. I'm sorry, he just doesn't. And 350 makes a great fucking point there. Just like when Cam Newton was here and we put the entire team on Cam and made Cam make all the big-time plays on third down and ran him into the ground, we're doing the same fucking thing with Christian McCaffrey. Like, now we're continuing to do the same thing, putting all of our chips on one player to the point where Cam Irving is being asked, do the Panthers even have a chance without Christian McCaffrey? Like, that's how much we lean on McCaffrey.
Actually, I'll ask Nick this first, and then I'm gonna pass the mic first to Nick, then to CK. Do you not think that our passing game is heavily funneled through DJ?
I mean, passing, yes, but I mean, Look at the first
Like,
half.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're talking about Christian McCaffrey and like this, like heavy off, like, is our passing game not funneled through DJ?
Look at the first half. A majority of the highest games that DJ had whenever he caught the ball was when he was in the middle, okay, when he was wide open. But the only way that was able to happen was because Christian McCaffrey was always double teamed. You know, that is the nice thing about having a player like Christian on the team. He attracts so much attention that it makes it so that way other players can get open. So while, yes, it stinks that he went down, at the same time, take away that shiny toy that's always there in the corner, that relief valve, it opens up our offense quite a bit. You know, I'm not against DJ getting the touches that he gets, just because think about it. How many players does it take to tackle DJ versus how many players it takes to tackle Christian?
I just feel like it makes us one look, man. I feel like that if DJ's getting the ball every time, then it to me feels like what we've dealt with the last 2 years with Kyle Allen and whatever. It's just that one. It's just the first, like he just wants DJ all the time.
It does seem like that. I mean, how open was Robbie? I know he targeted Robbie at least a couple times.
There were a lot of safeties, though. There were a couple of times I was like, oh, it was there, and then I looked over and there was a safety in the area. You know what I'm saying? But like, it just feels DJ heavy, CK.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, here's the reality, and we'll go. You know, number one, I think it's, in my opinion, and somebody might have a difference of opinion on this panel here, but DJ Moore is by and large our best wide receiver, number one. Sure. Right? So, like when you have Steve Smith on the squad, you were funneling the balls to him, and if he wasn't open, well, the good news is that means somebody else was. And I'll tell you the next targets. So DJ Moore had 12 targets. He had 8 receptions. Terrace Marshall had 5 targets and 4 receptions. So he had 4 less receptions than DJ Moore. Chuba Hubbard had 5 targets, 3 receptions. And let's see, Dan Arnold had 4 targets, 2 receptions. So I mean, all in all, like, yes, is he accounting for more targets than everybody else? Absolutely. But like, the reality is the majority of the passes go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you put that Castro comment back up, Cody.
T-Baby.
It's just funny to me.
Yeah. I want to meet
Baby. I love it. Because so everybody's like, oh, you look like Eazy-E when I wear my hair, like when I got the flow down.
Nice.
No,
they're saying no, I'm Easy T. No, people like when I'm out like around town, they'll be like, oh, you look like Easy. I say, nah, call me Easy T. My man said this. He said, you got a new name, T-Baby. Look, bro, I ain't sensitive. I like it, man. I love that comment.
Hey, Tony, can I make two points to your credit here? Kind of hopping your side. When I look at things, I try to look
to my credit. Then yeah, jump in this motherfucker.
I try to look at all arguments from all sides and try to take the best point of it. And you know, while I disagreed with you earlier, looking at the stats, DJ Moore has 285 yards. The next closest person is Christian McCaffrey at 163. The next closest wide receiver is Robbie Anderson with 103. So DJ Moore has almost 3 times as many yards. Not to mention, DJ Moore has 31 targets as opposed to Robbie Anderson's 11. Okay, so maybe you're right. Maybe he is targeting DJ Moore more than anybody else. And
yeah, more pun intended.
Yeah. But and I went back and you were saying earlier the fumbles were not, or were totally Alex Smith. Gosh, totally Sam Darnold's fault. And I kind of disagree, but I went back and looked at him in slow motion. Cody, if you'll share this video I've got with you here, I'll show you this, and I want to hear everybody's opinion on whether this is Darnold's fault, whether he needs to be stronger.
Hey, make sure the sound is off.
The sound is off. Yeah. Oh wait. I didn't turn the sound on.
We'll get dinged for it anyway. YouTube dinged everything. It's okay.
I know, dude. They dinged your Conor McGregor singing "fucking Take Me."
That's what it was. That was the whole thing. Yeah, I even appealed it. Yeah, it was the Conor McGregor shit.
I've been shut down twice from YouTube for copyright stuff. So, yeah. All right, here you go. Let's see. So is this Sam Darnold's fault or the offensive line? Let's figure it out. Let's be objective.
You're on 2 times. Okay.
No.
Should he be stronger? Should he be stronger? I mean, that wasn't a tough
he
hit.
should know
You're
that
right,
pass
wasn't a
rush
tough
is
hit.
coming, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Wasn't a
ball
tough
should
hit,
have been
wasn't
out a little
blindside.
bit earlier, but is it also his fault that he's about to get fucking annihilated after Taylor Moton?
But he didn't.
And
He didn't even get tackled after that. He didn't even get tackled after that. That's the thing. If he'd have gotten tackled after that, that'd have been one
there,
thing.
bro.
He didn't even get tackled
feel
after
the
that.
pressure.
They went for the ball. They went and batted at the football, dude.
How are you watching
just
that and
asking.
thinking
I
that's
want
on
conversation.
anybody other than our offensive line?
It's
How can
crazy.
you watch that and think anything other
I'm
than
not
that?
saying the
right
offensive
there with
line
TK
is
on
not
Do
like,
you?
I'm not exonerating the offensive
No,
line.
no,
I'm
no,
just
no, but you're saying that this is all-
like if you fumble the ball, you fumble the ball, bro.
I
So
gotta
like
stop
you
with Tony
can't
a little bit.
only blame it on somebody else the whole time. I just thought this is
You're
that
not-
we talked about this like the last 2 weeks. We talked about how he navigated the pocket, how he climbed up, how he did this shit, and like despite this, he didn't do it there.
He had no idea the guy was coming because he had no time. The
but
dude
it
was in the
wasn't
back.
that's what I'm saying. Have
By
an
the
idea,
way,
motherfucker.
Hold on.
His eyes
Hold
were
on.
also downfield, like
Yes.
they were supposed to be.
Yes, and here's the part you got to keep in mind.
You are,
He is
now y'all
liter-
some defenders.
He is literally. He's not like this. This isn't Kyle Allen's fumbles, right? This is not the
Yeah.
same situation, right? He was literally back here. A guy, as he's getting ready to push forward, the guy happens to be right there. You
Put it up again. That's fine. I don't care. I'll watch this stupid ass shit again.
Let's be real
Let's look
about
at the
it.
other one. That's like the. Let's see the other one. Let's see
It was
the other
almost an
one, like
identical
where he's like
situation.
going into a crowd and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm trying to throw it." Like he's trying. Nah, man, y'all gave the best one too. Let's see those
I can't
other
find the
two.
other one. I'm trying
There
to.
were
Like, I'm
two
looking it
others,
up.
man. It won't even just one other.
Karen
No,
makes the
there's
great
only two.
point. You expect Sam to have eyes in the back of his head.
Right.
Mhm.
So
well, no.
I mean,
Well,
look,
look, not in the back of his head. That's not his blind side. Okay. Now granted, I get his
Right.
eyes are looking down
Thank
the
you,
field.
Greg.
His eyes are looking down the field. However, that was not a very tough hit. That was a slap to the forearm, and he fumbled the ball. All I'm saying is, I want my quarterback to be able to hold.
He did
the
not
ball
play
in that situation,
fantastic tonight.
You know.
What would you go? All right, how about this? What do you all grade? We'll go around the horn real quick before we get to the next call. What do Jake, you are the poo-poo man. How are you going to try to call me the poo-poo man when you are the poo-poo person of our lives?
everyone's calling you the poo-poo man. You're T-baby tonight. That's your spirit animal
All right.
Trying
tonight.
to defend you, man. Trying.
That's fine. That's fine. Rate Sam Darnold's performance on a scale of 1 to 10. Go ahead, Cody. Lead us off. What, you going to give him a 10?
No, I
No.
give him a damn fine 7. A damn fine 7.
You're acting like I'm an asshole and you give him a 7?
You're acting like he's a 2.
You're acting like
I
it's
would
a
say it's like
4
a
or
5. I would say
No.
5 or 6.
You're giving him Teddy Bridgewater credit right now?
You get 2 points for the win automatically. 5 if he loses, 7.
300
Y'all
yards.
tell me your numbers.
hold on.
You tell me. All right, you said 7. Go ahead, Nick.
I'd say in the first half, a solid 5.5, 6. Second half, I'd go with like a 7.5, 8.
I like
You know,
that.
he definitely improved in the second half, but I think a lot of the first half was the refs. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one.
So what's the number?
Overall.
Average it.
I'd say probably like 7.5.
All right. Who's next?
I'll go. I'll give him a 7 on the first quarter, a 5 on the second quarter, and an 8 on the final 3, and I'll average that out for a 7.5.
Ooh, I like
I'm fair with that.
Yeah, I'm
Greg,
not far
Greg.
from y'all. I'll agree
Quick
with Cody here. I'll go with a 7. It wasn't a terrible performance, but I mean, it wasn't anything that blew me out of the water. There were some mistakes, but I saw improvement. I saw adjustments, and 7.
This is where the bullshit of all this comes. Y'all act like I'm a devil, and y'all just gave him basically an average grade.
No, average would
That's
be
what you, a
5.
7. A 7
Average
is
a
like
5 and 6 is average.
Oh no. Median
You gotta
is 5
remember.
and 6. That's not average.
No, you would never. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Average and median are the same thing.
Y'all are inflated. All right, I'll give him a 6 on this game.
Y'all have to remember that Tony's used to that schooling grading system where a C is average.
Right.
Yeah,
I think that's what's
there you go. You're right, Nick. You see, that's the thing. And so are y'all. Y'all are just products of it. It's fine. But you did not give this dude a glowing number. You went.
He could have been better. But
No. My
you really
scale,
wanted to say 6,
dude,
folks.
if
I'm
you're-
sorry.
If you're at an 8 or above, you had a franchise QB type of performance.
Oh, at 8 or above? That's 9 or 10.
8 or above. You're in a fucking rare air type of territory.
Y'all are soft.
And the only
Y'all are
reason that
soft. That's what it is.
the
Y'all
only
are
reason that
soft.
Sam isn't in that category is just because he didn't have the crazy amount of passing touchdowns. But the guy for 2 weeks in a row now. And even in the first game,
y'all
he
bitches
almost
are
went
soft.
for 300 yards.
Y'all are giving him a
300
lead.
yard
You give him a
games in a
lead.
row. Like, come
This
on.
is white privilege.
Teddy,
This is
shut
what
up.
it is.
Shut up. Teddy
It's
Bridgewater
white
wouldn't do this.
privilege.
Teddy Bridgewater wasn't fucking doing this, and he had every opportunity to do the fucking same things, dude. Sam Darnold is doing way
7
better
and
than
a half,
what
8.
anyone could
Fuck
have
y'all.
expected.
Get out of here.
All right.
Next
So
one.
Tony, how do you think he did last week?
This is tree.
Oh, actually, I think he did better his 2 previous weeks.
Okay.
Like,
How
if
many
I would've-
interceptions did he have last week?
Oh, I don't know. How many did he have? Remind
I
me.
know he had at least one last week. He didn't have any this week, though.
He had 2. The fact that those fumbles were not recovered, we were very fortunate that we recovered the fumbles. I'm sorry.
I agree.
Like, if those fumbles were recovered by the other team, this game is a different game.
All right, you
like
wanna-
a giantly different game.
So would you rather have two
sorry,
fumbles?
like, and that's on him.
So would you rather have 2 fumbles that you recovered and didn't turn over, or 1 fumble? That
Yes,
turned over?
I would love to have that. Like, I'm very happy with the W.
Okay, so would you rather
I'm
have
not
that
trying
or
to
1 fumble you
trade
turned
Sam
over?
Darnold. I'm not trying to cut him, but I don't think this was. I wanted more.
Hey, you realize
More DJ Moore.
The two fumbles he had today are his only 2 of the season in 3 games. Lamar Jackson has 3, Derek Carr has 3, Ryan Tannehill has 3, Jared Goff has 2, Jimmy
Lamar
Garoppolo
Jackson
has
makes
2.
2 stupid fumbles in one game.
Josh
too.
Allen has 2, Mac Jones has 2, Ben Roethlisberger has 2, Dak Prescott has 2. Guess what? All of those in 2 games. It took 3 games for him to match anybody of of those caliber. So, I mean, again, you're putting this position directly on Sam Darnold. I'm telling you, without question,
I'm not
watching
putting
that
it
game.
on him. What I'm saying is this: I was so excited for this team and for this moment, and he let it down a little bit. Like, I mean, like, it just underwhelmed.
And that's
all I'm saying.
okay.
I wanted us to be walking out of here, bitch slapping motherfuckers, this and that. And I would say this is Sam Darnold still has more to prove to me.
That's
and
fine.
to the NFL and to the world.
I don't think
That's
he has
my
more to
point.
prove to the
He has
NFL.
more.
Reed.
He has more to prove to all of us. And if you guys are ready to just buy in right away, and I'm not saying buy in as like cut him or this or that, but if you really think that this was like a statement game for Sam Darnold,
it was. It was a statement game because he lost his weapon. Hold on. He lost his weapon in the face of pressure by a horrible offensive line.
Okay.
And guess what? In the second half, he went 10 for 13. And he led the team
is
down
this
to
a
2 touchdowns in
statement
the field goal.
game?
My
Cody,
statement video
is
game
this a
victory is beating
statement
Mario
game?
Brothers. Yeah,
No,
that's my
not
statement.
yet.
My statement
But we're
victory
getting
game.
better.
Yeah.
We haven't made our statement yet.
Not for us. Not for us. Sam Darnold. Is this a statement game for Sam
No,
Darnold?
not yet.
No.
CK says it is.
I think it is. I think it is
Nick?
because he can't. He had pressure in his face. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. And guess what he didn't do? He didn't throw the ball to the other squad.
Anyone gave it to him, though, dropped it to him. You know?
He just almost handed it to him.
Hey, let's get these cat calls, boys. It's almost fucking.
No. I need to know, Nick. Is it a statement game for Sam Darnold or not?
With how the game ended up, yes. Because we lost Christian McCaffrey and because of how much pressure Sam was getting, yes. But going into this, I never would have thought that it would have been a statement.
Correct.
When Sam finally gets those 4 or 5 touchdown games, that'll be the statement. And it's
I don't even need that. I need the non-2 fumble games. That's all I need. Next call.
This is Tree City Part 2.
We are Part 2.
This is Tree City Part 2. I forgot what the fuck I was going with, but something about CNC being human. Motherfucker, he bleeds red just like all of us. So he was overexerted, short week, Thursday, fuck Thursday games for one. But it is what it is. Keep pounding, hit them like buttons, and Cowboys, we got you. We'll see what we can do. I have more than enough have faith in this team. It's just a little questionable without PMC because that's been our identity. So faith is in the coaches and these players. We got the weekend off. We'll see y'all next week. And
we got a mini bye, bro. We got a mini bye. It's all right. I think this is gonna energize us, make us tougher. Next call.
Hey yo, keep pounding. This is Anthony all the way in LA.
What's up,
saying
Anthony?
The best teams win in the ugliest situations, even in the toughest situations. CMC went down. JC Horn went down. Sam could have easily reverted back to pressing, doing too much, Sam. He didn't. He has a lot left to prove, but he got the job done. And judgment's still out there. But this was a huge moment where he could have fell back and pressed, and he didn't. And again, the better teams get wins and find ways to win, and the Panthers won. Out.
Can I just say that's the point that I'm making, man, is that Sam could have continued to get worse and worse and worse and collapse under the pressure. And instead, he didn't and made all the throws necessary for us to drive the ball and punch it in the end zone. By the way,
defense won't gonna let them score points anyway, though. So it's like there's zero pressure.
As soon as I see that against a team that is better than the Texans,
you're still conflating it. We're just saying that it could have been so much worse than it was. That's it.
You sound like a chick. Next call.
The chat room disagrees.
That's what a girl would say. It could have been so much worse than it was.
All right, Tony, make a poll.
Hey man, Karen Troy.
That's what that girl would say too. Is make a poll.
I don't know a girl that ever said that, but
man, I just got to get on and talk about this defense for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to do.
Was that it? That was the call.
That was it. Here comes the silent call. Hold on, this is 3 minutes of silence. Oh man, we only got 3 calls left. All right. And here comes another baby call.
I'm not too happy about this last call, the way he was putting our Panthers down like that. I got to get on a call.
They're mad at me. They're mad at me. I'm not putting nobody down, man. I'm not putting nobody down, but I'm like, I would say this is that. Man, I'm not putting anybody down. Is that I expected our defense to play as good as they did, maybe even a little bit better.
They're saying that you're holding unfair expectations for Sam Darnold behind this line. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're talking about 2 fumbles that didn't even matter to the football game, yeah, I would say that's what that is. I mean, hey, listen, if it continues to be a problem, and he's like fumbling every fucking, every single game, then yeah.
It's not about him just fumbling. It's not about him just like having buttery fingers. Yeah, he got blasted. He got hit. It don't matter, but that's going to still happen for the next 16 games. Like, we can't have that against good teams. Like, you can't have these types of mistakes against you got away with it. We got away with like 70 yards of penalties against the Houston Texans. We got away with it. We got away with you're trying to play a good team. You can't be making those errors. I'm sorry.
That's why you do it now.
To be honest, he was seeing a little ghost tonight. Yeah. I saw Happy Feet Darnold tonight for a moment.
Ghost? No, seeing Ghost would have made him
early. He was nervous. He was Happy Feet nervous early in that game.
In the second quarter, I will give you that. The second quarter didn't look great. Now, keep in mind, during the first half of this was a shit show because we were dealing with the refs 100%. Like, I'll be honest, out of all of the issues, somebody said the three issues, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, was the refs, the O-line, and the injuries. Those are our biggest issues on this squad. Out of all of the issues we have as a squad, Sam Darnold and the weapons we have on this offense are at the bottom of the list.
The least of them. The least of our worries, man. By the way, shout out Robert.
I don't worry, man. It's I wanted him to make my. I wanted to.
You wanted a 5 touchdown day. You wanted 450 yards.
Not even 5 touchdown. I just wanted 350 yards. 3 touchdowns.
You wanted pure dominance.
No turnovers.
You wanted a 50 burger.
But then, hey, we should have drafted fucking Justin Herbert or Patrick Mahomes. Because those are the only two, maybe fucking Aaron Rodgers or Josh Allen or whatever. Those are the only two guys that were going to throw for over 300 yards with this fucking bullshit offensive line.
Well, no, but
hold on,
Tony. That's Tony, just exaggerated.
What you wanted, Tony, was 47 more.
You're over-exaggerating the fumbles that didn't even do anything.
You only wanted 47 more yards. He didn't have any turnovers. You said no turnovers. He didn't have any turnovers. You only wanted 47 more yards passing. And I guess those 2 rushing touchdowns, for me, they count the same as passing touchdowns. So I don't care if you get them rushing or passing. And so I don't understand what you're wanting. You're wanting 47 more yards of passing? In the end zone. 47 more yards will make you happy.
All right. Y'all, man, like y'all's assholes didn't clinch up when he fumbled that ball. Shut the fuck up, man. Like, I don't want to hear this shit about they weren't like somebody else. We recovered them. No, the same thing. Like, that's just luck at that point. That's just luck at that point. We don't need to be at that point. I mean,
even if it was a fumble that was recovered by the other squad, I don't think any of us are still putting this on Sam Darnold's head at that point.
I'm not even saying he's been terrible. All right. How about this? I will not defend Sam Darnold as I have been a Sam Darnold optimist the whole time. Fuck that, man. I'm just trying to say this, is that don't just look at the stat line and tell me this guy was just amazing.
I get that. That makes sense. He wasn't amazing. Right. I'll give you that. He wasn't amazing.
None of us rated him as amazing.
He was serviceable. He was serviceable. He got the job done.
I gave him an 8. I told you that 7 was not amazing on my scale. That's as good as you can be without being amazing. Sam,
I'm not paying for an amazing quarterback either.
The way he finished,
Davis
he
Mills
was
tonight,
great. The way he finished.
Tell me how many turnovers Davis Mills had.
Dude, I would say Davis Mills is 6.
I don't know. I don't care. Our defense shredded.
I'll give him a 6.5 to be honest with you, because honestly, had he scored touchdowns, Davis Mills played the same kind of game.
That's a 4, whatever, 5. It was fine. It was 4. It's impossible to look better than that against the Panthers defense.
I'll give him a 6. Go ahead.
I'll go with a 5, but you got to remember that he's a rookie and that's his first game, so he definitely has. His floor is pretty high for what it is.
I agree.
Especially given that he's a 3rd round pick.
I think he has a lot of potential. He didn't throw a pick against this defense. He only took 4 sacks. I think only took 4 is by the way an interesting statement to make there. But against
only
this defensive line,
is even more interesting. Yeah.
But I mean, all in all, like I said, I guess my biggest thing is if I can probably tell you he did better than half of the quarterbacks in this league would have done in that exact situation.
Right. Starting
I agree with that, man. I thought he played pretty well.
Yeah, primetime game, your first rookie start against the best defense in the league. He didn't do too bad.
That's a solid start.
It was almost better than Sam Darnold.
Fuck
not even
Davis
close.
Mills. Shut up. Now you're just fucking flame baiting.
He's trolling now.
Go to the next fucking call.
I think we're
Good
done.
Lord,
we're done.
dude.
We're done.
You're
That's
tripping.
it. No,
game
I'm
balls.
not tripping. It's y'all. Yeah, we got to
Nah,
give the
you're
game
tripping,
ball.
homie. The
and,
whole chat
Towel
room
of shame.
said you're tripping.
Game ball and towel
y'all
shame.
are
Let's do it.
just chugging D like crazy.
Nah, you straight tripping.
You're chugging
man.
Sammy,
you're not
D.
giving Sam.
Yeah,
No, you're not giving
Hey, Tony.
Sam
Here's
enough
the thing.
credit for what he did. We haven't had a Panthers quarterback on our roster in fucking 4 years that could do what Sam did tonight behind that fucking O-line.
Hey, just here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give Tony the benefit of the doubt and say, go watch the highlights, and then come back tomorrow after you've had a chance to digest it. Because I've already gone through and watched the highlights after the game. While we were watching, I was looking at his highlights. I was looking at everything. I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at the media. The only people that are having a problem with what Sam Darnold did tonight is UNG, baby.
It's not a problem. It's just not. And I'm just not over. I'm not coming in my pants. That's the whole point that I'm trying to make.
But you shouldn't be doing that anyway.
Well, after a Thursday night game, you probably should. That's what you want, right?
He's not Cam Newton, so you're not going to.
All right, let's
give some.
Let's give some game balls out. Who, CK? Who do you give the game ball to?
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say Sam Darnold gets my game ball tonight. He showed tenacity.
Wonderful.
He showed perseverance in the face of adversity. He came out and he did something that he hasn't ever done. That's win in prime time. And he lost an important weapon, and he was able to come back from that. Even after he could have crumbled after that second quarter, come back from the second half and just continue to just deteriorate, as Cody had talked about. And he came out and he didn't throw any touchdowns, but he rushed for 2, and he looked like he had a lot of poise in the pocket. Sam Darnold 100% gets my vote for the game ball today.
Cool. Who's your towel on the head?
My towel of shame is going to go to the fucking refs, because they have absolutely garbage vision. If we saw in real time on the broadcast, the literal ref sitting 5 yards away from DJ Moore getting pass interference against him, and they didn't even call that shit, and we saw it immediately. I don't know what else. What is this whole Hawkeye system that they have set up? I don't even know what the fuck it is anymore. At this point in time, it's absolutely garbage. The refs have not my towel of shame, because they just don't know how to fucking do shit.
Yeah, they're terrible. I'm gonna jump in here. I'm giving my game ball to Dante fucking Jackson, man. Dude, listen, Dante Jackson has played balls out this year, bro. Flying around the field, making tackles. I mean, he quite literally single-handedly saved like 3 of those third down plays. I mean, the man is flying around doing everything. And let's be real, now that JC Horn has broken bones in his foot, and it's a contract year for Dante Jackson, like, Dante has never been more important to this team than he is right now. So, yeah, man, I'm giving that game ball to number 26. And as for the towel on the head, Tony, I love you, brother, but put that fucking towel on your head, damn it. Give Sam Darnold some fucking credit. Sam played fucking great tonight. It wasn't perfect, but you're expecting too fucking much, man. Sam played well. Over 300 yards passing, 2 weeks in a row, damn near 3 weeks. Man, my team is 3-0. I'm happy as a pig in shit.
You know, he's the starting quarterback in my fantasy league for my team. So,
that's all this is about. This is just he didn't get.
He got 2 rushing touchdowns.
I'm not even mad. No, I'm not even mad. It's like that's what I'm saying. I'm not even biased on the. All right, who wants the next?
Nick,
player?
if you want to go, you can.
Go ahead, Bad Daddy.
All right, I got you. All right, I'm gonna give the game ball to Hubbard, to Chuba. I feel like with 11 rushes and 50 yards, 3 catches, 27 yards, you're averaging 7.35, 7.4 yards every time you touch the ball. I feel like for a backup guy who got thrown into that role, it's a pretty good job. I'm impressed with it. You know, like That'll
I'm gonna
work.
give a towel on the head of that.
Yeah, I might do that. He didn't pass the eye test for me.
Well, he had a few drop passes, but like I said, dude, he had what 14 touches and 79 yards. That's not bad. If Christian McCaffrey had 14 touches and 79 yards, we'd say that was a decent game. It was a little below Christian McCaffrey's average, but it's still a decent game.
Not here to try to burst your bubble, but when it counted, he was not there. He didn't catch that fourth down play.
You're right. He's a backup running back. I don't expect him to make that. That's why he's a backup running back. But for what he had to do, he came in. He did okay. Had he not given us those 79 yards, maybe the game goes a little differently. Is all I'm saying. And towel on the head for me is Joey Sly. I was talking to Sarah Taylor while this game was going on, and we were talking about
that should be the player of the game.
As soon as he missed the extra point, I said, even if we lose this game, it still feels like a win because Joey Sly missed the extra point. So
and he missed 2 weeks in a row as well for him.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Nick.
My game ball goes to the kicker. He got it right down the middle. No issues whatsoever.
2 touchbacks.
I mean, I'm not going to say that the controversy is over, but at least we had 1 week without any issues whatsoever.
For the brand.
Yeah. But, man, those refs were absolutely terrible.
Yeah, ashamed of the refs, too.
Yeah, I got to. Like, I didn't want to, but I got to because that was just terrible.
All right, worst picks for last. Tony Dunn, you're up.
My game ball goes to Tommy Trimble.
You almost said Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, I'm
Freudian
not
slip.
Yeah, I almost did.
No, that's a good one.
No, Tommy Trimble.
Good call.
Difference maker
in
this game on the plays he played. Like when we look at the snap, like when we look at the snap count, it'd be like 18% or something.
By the way, I think though one of the 2 strip sacks that happened were because Trimble did not do a great job blocking his guy.
Ooh, don't like to hear that.
Yeah, go back and watch it.
Don't tell me that. Like I won't go back and watch it. Let me make my pick, sir. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry.
My towel goes to the sloppiness of the Carolina Panthers in that first half or first 3 quarters with all the penalties, and whether they were legitimate penalties or not,
there were some.
Yeah, and a lot of laundry on the football field tonight, and so we got to clean that up. We're lucky that happened against a bad team. Sure. And I think that's why I'm so kind of being hard on Sam Darnold tonight. Is that we're lucky we ran up against a hobbled, terrible team. Like they were bad in the first place, and then they were hobbled. Like we don't need to run up against a good team and have all these penalties and have a fumble. Like we can't make those mistakes.
Tony, you should have just went full heel and put the towel on Sam Darnold's head and just fucking go all the way with it. Sam fucking sucked tonight. Put the towel on his head.
But that's not what I've been trying to say, man. I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say like I've been in on it. I thought he was gonna win America. Go look at my tweet. My tweet said, "This is your moment to win the hearts and minds of America, to change the narrative of Sam Darnold," and I don't think he did.
What if he won my heart, Tony Dunn? What if he won the chat room's heart? Think about the chat room.
Obviously. All right. Look, it's look, the Panthers are 3-0. Let's celebrate that. Number one. Tip of the cap. We don't get that a lot. The question is, was today or yesterday's game a win or a Pyrrhic victory? Christian McCaffrey goes down. A lot of people, a lot of injuries. I think it's Joe Person's fault, bro. Joe Person said,
that's a good call.
Yeah, he put a message out. And it was like pretty clean injury report. for us, and that was on Wednesday or like 2 days ago, and now we're injured as fuck. So I don't know whose fault is it, but like we got a little mini bye right here. We got 10 days. Let's get healthy. Let's come back and let's fuck the Dallas Cowboys up.
Let's do it.
All right. It's the C3 Panthers post game show. Who's here tonight? Let's start with my co-host, my main man, Cody. Last name. Tell them how to follow you on Twitter.
Yes, sir. You can find me at Cody Lack, CODYLAC on Twitter. You can also find my content on drafttech.com, where I write first and second round comments for the Carolina Panthers. And listen, out of all the content that C3 has put out this week, we're still not done. We're not done. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. for the Friday free-for-all to cap off this week. And that's your show. You can quite literally come on this show just like we all are doing right now. Nick will be there. Nick's always there, man, with bells on.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude, we're going to have a great fucking time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Wednesday. You can come on the show. I'll post the link for you to join the StreamYard in the chat. We're doing our best to keep no dicks on screen, dude. And we're succeeding, bro. And you can't tell me different. Join the Friday free-for-all tomorrow at 7 p.m. That's all for your boy. 3-0, baby. Come on.
Nick, do you guys have a good time on the Friday night show?
We do, as long as if there's no dick swinging around on there. It's always a good time.
Which is so weird for people that don't know. But some troll did it. So anyway, we have to continue to say it. The Bat Daddy, I saw a good wife come in there and bring you a drink or a snack or something.
She actually stole my popcorn, but yeah.
She stole bad wife.
You gave her too much credit too soon.
But she is a great wife.
Super Civil Servants podcast tomorrow night. What are you guys talking about?
Tomorrow night, man, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube. We're talking about the Doom Patrol season dropped today, Stargirl, the latest episode, Titans, Star Wars Visions, all 9 episodes dropped yesterday, the Venom 1 movie, Lower Decks, which is a Star Trek show, and then I'm covering a comic book that a couple of friends have created. We're going to promote this comic book. It's out there.
What an arc.
Yeah.
Y'all are some ambitious motherfuckers.
It's a big show.
What a talk. What a talk. Like, it's like we're gonna talk about everything.
Yeah.
CK, I tell you one thing is I could see everything in that drone pic.
Bro, it looks beautiful, doesn't it?
I showed it to my wife. She said I thought it looked fake. That's what she said. She said, oh, it was fake. Bro, that drone, like, it is sick.
Yeah, dude,
and you need to water your grass. I mean,
dude, yeah, we've been trying. It was remember this was new construction, and
I'm just kidding.
We've had all summer. We've had somebody come out like to spray stuff, and like
it'll be there in a few years. Give it just time.
It's irritating because what it is all the rain. The way that our yard was built, it all kind of piles up in the middle. And all the grass they put down was just bunching up in that.
Oh yeah, runs away.
Yeah, just washes away after that. But no, yeah, that drone's pretty cool. I'm gonna try to put a lot more of that stuff out. I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to get out to a game with you guys, and then just being able to actually do something with that drone that will be a cool little content for us to either promote the show or as an intro, even if it's a shorter one. But yeah, that's something that's going to be my new plaything. I'm going to enjoy that. But yeah, you can find me at Codizzle Allen on all social medias, and just be on the lookout. Like I said, we're doing multiple things every week, pretty much something every day of the week now, except for maybe Saturday, that we're going to be doing things because Wednesdays, I don't know, maybe I should try to do Mondays, do the drop for the Madden simulation every Monday or something. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out. But yeah, got the Madden simulation, we got the free for all, we got the Wednesday breakdown or preview of the upcoming matchup, and then Friday, obviously Friday free for all. Thursday is when I wanted to drop the stuff. So
I tell you one thing is I want to challenge right now. I challenge Cody. I pull my leather gloves out and I slap you in the face, Cody. It's the Darnold duel. Let's do it.
Darnold duel over
We're gonna
what?
make that move. Let's make that show. 15 minutes, 10 minutes. We get 2 minutes. I challenge you, son.
If you want me to further embarrass you on the internet,
Let's do it.
make
Let's
my
do it.
day, man.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
I don't start fights. I
Finish
finish them.
Get us the hell out of here, man, before I embarrass myself some more. Come on. Let's go to bed. Everybody go to sleep. Thank you. Good. Thank God we're 3-0.
Put that comment up there before we get out of here. Peace and love. Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. You could turn $10 into $250. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/fan and use code FAN. That's code FAN at prizepicks.com/fan.
Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.